But I have a baby. He puked on all my shit, so I went and bought a Pacific Northwest sweatshirt. It's very cozy. Ooh. Like the region itself. Normally, it's fucking 11 out there. It sucks. This is awful. I've spent 2 years of my life here. It's usually 48 and drizzly. Today it's sunny and negative 350 degrees. I'm like, this sucks. I feel like I'm back in New England. It's never been this cold here before, has it? I mean, I know it has. Don't answer literally. But like, actually, winter of 81. It was just saying in general, it's usually not that cold.
Is that heater on? It looks on.
Yeah.
Yep. It just takes a while. It's a space heater. Oh, hey now.
It's on there.
My family's all firemen. They said space heaters used to keep them in business. They would always blow up, but I think they're safer now.
Yeah, because they have that noise and they shut off automatically.
They fall over usually.
In fact, we have like a heated massager thing because Alyssa has a bad back, and that turns off on its own also. So it's like all the heated things are now. I'm sure there's way less fires.
It's interesting. I never think of an attractive person with a bad back.
Well, thank you.
I mean, right? You think bad back? You think like an old asshole? Oh man.
No, yeah, she's got bad lumbar. She's got bad hip.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm staying at my friend's house. He's a wonderful man, and I love him. And he was like, "Let's do a fire tonight." I was like, "What are you in the house? You mean? I'm not outside. We will die. I have a baby. He has children." You know that feeling when you're getting excited, you're like, I just want to do this thing, and then the weather doesn't cooperate, but you're like, I think we can still pull it off. I'm like, we will pass away if we go out the backyard. We'd have to sit in the fire. I feel like you guys are pushing back on this. You're like, no, with a campfire in 18-degree weather. Oh, okay. Fucking go sit outside then. I'll email you the video of this show.
How you doing, Steph? Yep.
How are you?
Good. Tired, but good. We just rested for like 45 minutes, which was nice. And then the cold, I was saying the cold is like cocaine. It gives you like a nice like, woo! Like, oh, tired, like,
Yeah. I like that.
The cold is like cocaine. I was like tired. I haven't slept. I got a baby. I walked outside and I was like, yo! Don't you find it refreshing when you first step out, you walk out and you're like, this isn't bad. It's actually, fuck! Shit! Ass! But there's like 1 second where you're like, hey. I'll go throw something away in the trash outside with just like a sweatshirt, and you're like, I can hang out for a little bit. Fuck! I took the trash and run. I have no jokes, by the way. I had a child. I'm not funny anymore. This is the whole show. It's just me commenting on how it's chilly here.
Well, I have a crazy story in West Seattle, where my friends lived for years. There's still a slab of tire from me in 2010, it was a big snowstorm, and I was hammered. My buddy was trying to drive up the hill. He lived on Pigeon Point, which is like one of those straight up San Francisco style. And he couldn't get up the hill. And I was drunk, and I'm from New England, and I was like, I fucking pull over the car, you fucking bitch. And his wife is from California. She's like literally crying in the back seat, like laying down crying. And I was like, I'll fucking show you. And I went, and the car was like, and we like were fully spinning. And I finally just pulled out. I was like, yeah, we gotta park and go up. Yeah. We gotta walk. Oh my God. It was like 10 seconds in. I was like, this is insane. It was the most obnoxious I've ever been in my life, where I was like, you're driving drunk. I was hammered. But there's still like a 13-foot rubber slab up this spot.
Wow.
And then we had to park and walk up there.
That's horrible.
My buddy was like, yeah, I told you. I don't know, I thought I could just drive up there.
Yeah.
But we were in like a Dodge Neo. I don't know why I thought like, if you just hit the gas hard enough, this will climb a hill. Yeah.
Alcohol famously helps decision making.
Yeah. I was like, this is gonna be perfect.
And then we went to go get some little knickknacks. We went to some of these little stores that all look the same.
Yeah.
They all sell like.
How about this?
And then Joe had a funny interaction with the lady at the craft store.
Oh my God, it was so funny. This lady goes, you know, just in this day and age of like privilege and being mindful of, I had pulled some money out of my pocket. I had my plane ticket, and I was like, oh, I got a plane ticket from 3 days ago. Just talking. She was like, I got you B. I got my RAV4, and we haven't driven it in so long because we have a Tesla. I get my RAV4, and there's $400 in cash on the dashboard. I just left it there. I was like, what a weird story to tell a customer. She's like, on the shop. She's like, I just forgot about $400 in my second car because I wasn't using my Tesla.
Anyways, we're past 6 weeks, so we can have sex again, which is exciting. We're back at it. Don't you love sex? Isn't it the best? I don't need my balls played with. How do you guys feel about your balls played with? You like your balls played with? You love it? Yeah? This section, it's all one section, looks it. I love it. It's like when you guys came here, like, do you like your balls played with? You're over at table 3 and 4. You want to talk about this the other gay? The other gay, that was Freudian. The other gay? Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Nice. There's the autism section over there. It's like a needle got stuck. You're like, Tuesday. Glad you're here, brother. Thank you. My God, that was wild. It's gonna be a hot clip. Clip that shit. Woo! That's gonna send me right to the top, baby. I got a feeling I don't wanna jinx anything. Next time I come here, Tacoma Dome. That's what I'm thinking. We're gonna do Tacoma Dome, baby. We're gonna roll out those bleachers. What a shithole, my God. That place existing. It's crazy.
Mustard wearing hoodie.
What's that?
Mustard wearing hoodie. That mustard wearing hoodie.
You said that like this is like right before a street fight. Mustard wearing hoodie.
Look at this hoodie. Is this obnoxious to wear the Pacific Northwest sweatshirt in the Pacific Northwest?
No, I think people like that. I think people like the. I think people in the Pacific Northwest generally appreciate a pander. Not saying that's heavy pandering, but that's light pandering.
I'm moving here.
You also will wear occasionally the local college regalia on the stage. People appreciate that. They go, this guy went to our gift shop. But you buy it.
I don't wear it to the show.
You don't wear it to the show?
I don't think so.
You could be like a rapper and wear like a jersey of like you're in Phoenix, you wear a Kevin Durant jersey.
That's like, yeah, people do, musicians do that too. Like Eddie Vedder will come out with like a Red Sox jersey in Boston. You're like,
yeah.
Whoa.
I feel like the universe was like testing me leading up to the baby boom because I kept having run-ins with other people's kids. I was in a hotel elevator a few months ago, and I got on the elevator, and there was like a little kid on the elevator. I don't know why I went this high. He was like this high, but his dad was also there. It doesn't matter how tall these people were. I'm just doing a weird. The dad was 5'10", the kid was 2'4". You never hear people say kids' heights. He's 1'9". Is that funny? Did I just stumble on something hilarious? I think you just say he's 19 inches. You're never like, he's 1'7". That's gold. We just came up with comedy gold together, guys. This is my son. He's 2'2". He's about 3'4". Defense. 3'4" defense. Come on, guys. This is right off the top of my head. Woo! You guys need a couple coaches around here. The fuck, man? Wait, don't get mad at me, you assholes. I'm just saying. It wasn't like it was like, fuck you, you sons of a bitch. I'm making conversation here. Jesus. I'm just saying. All right, well, whatever. You don't need coaches. I think I can do it. Don't you feel like? You know? Got it? Blitz. You gotta take the headset off? All right. I got too silly. I made it too silly. Sorry, guys. Let's rein it in. Let's Tacoma Rainier it in. I'll stop pandering now, but
I'm moving here. What do you think about that? You think this is bad? Because nobody's supporting this, Luke.
I think it's great. I've been completely supportive of it.
You're a fantastic friend.
You know, wow, this is softer than I anticipated. I didn't sit on this couch yesterday.
Well, I can make it work. You know what I think about doing it? Is not even telling anybody. Because here's the thing, especially with the podcast. You tell people, everyone goes, oh, it hasn't been the same. You don't tell people, nobody knows. You can't give the audience any clue that something's changed.
Right.
Ever since this guy got married, the band sucks.
When you talk about it on the podcast,
It'd be hard not to.
that's where you really
You could disguise it. Just go, man, I was on the plane the other day. That was crazy. I was in Seattle. That was insane.
You could not talk about it for years.
Because as soon as you do, they go, oh man, this thing that's not changed.
It would be like hiding your sexuality or something.
Yeah.
But
I do that all the time. I've been doing it for years.
You gotta get practice.
But the crowd didn't go crazy in this bit. It felt like a light cloud. That was a good one.
I have light cloud.
Hello, folks.
Get me out there.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I thought of the same joke and thought, I don't need to do that.
Woo, boy. All right, I think I have one more, baby. We'll move on. I know some of you are like, is the whole show baby? Isn't that the worst when you have your favorite comedian as a baby? And you guys are like, you're not my favorite comedian. You're like, shit, Gillis had a baby? That's crazy. Yeah, I think this is, I think that's all. Oh, this is hilarious. Oh wait, last time I was in Tacoma, I went to the monster truck rally with Shane, and it was fun. And then Shane was like, I'm not drinking. And then some guy brought him a Bud Light, and he was like, I guess I'm drinking. Anyway. Yeah, I've never been here when it wasn't low. 38 is the lowest I've ever had here. You're saying no. I'm not saying that's the lowest temperature ever. I'm saying that I've experienced here. Let me just get right to the jokes. I thought I would small talk a little, just kind of ease into it. That's correct. I'm not saying this is the love. I'm saying it gets cold, but typically it's a little more mild here. I don't know. I live in New York. It's warmer here. That, yes, fuck you. I can look up the stats. I've spent many days here and many days there. It's colder there. I know some asshole's gonna pull up a fucking weather chart after the show and be like, actually, but you know, we got off to a bad start. I'm sorry. I love you guys. I appreciate it. I love Tacoma, and I'm happy to be here. I might move here. I swear to God, I'll do it. I'm kidding, obviously, but Gig Harbor I'll move to. That's a hell of a town. You guys been over there? That's a town. Way less broken glass in front of every car. Oh my God. I haven't seen one person shooting heroin in Gig Harbor. Oh, too far again. All right, just trying to figure out what's funny and what's not. All right. No, it's great. Tacoma's great. Not this particular part of Tacoma, but the club's awesome. Best club. This is the best club. Certainly within 1,000 miles, I would say. I don't want to say best club anywhere. That's damn good. I'll say that. Everything's recorded now. I don't want them sending this to, you know, Madison, Wisconsin. They're like, what the fuck is this? You said we were the best club, but this is a very... It's great. Let me get to the jokes. I should just do the show. Yeah, it's cold. No snow, by the way. I got here, I showed up on Tuesday. Every single person I bumped into was like, heads up, there's a blizzard coming, everyone's gonna die. It snowed for 4 seconds Thursday night. They're like, school's gonna be canceled, there's gonna be no show. 7 people emailed me, they're like, what do you do if the show's canceled? Can we come to your house? And here we are. No snow, a little chilly. I'm trying to get sound effects involved in my act. I'm very good at it. Underrated. What? I'm out of jokes. Check out this gun. Right? The bark wasn't great. Hey. What if this is the rest of the show? If I just did this for 30 more minutes? It'd be one of those things where it got really unfunny, but then it would come back around. So it's like 28 minutes later, you'd be like, this is pretty good, actually. Yeah? Anyways, brought the baby home. Now we have a baby. It's very exciting. The whole show's not about babies. I know. Some of you guys come to see a comedian, you're like, oh no, he had a baby. The whole show's baby. We're wrapping up the baby section. More baby? No, I just said that, because there is more baby. That's my friend. I bring him to every show. He's like, more baby stuff. Great. I have him do it. Whatever material I have. He's like, do Tacoma, local stuff. It's pretty cold out, isn't it? Is it? Tacoma, I love you so much. This is the best stuff. I'm gonna move here and settle down. Thank you guys.
All right, it gives me great pleasure to bring this man up here. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe List! Thank you. Wow. Thank you. That's very nice. Thanks. You gotta cool it, because no one's gonna believe it on YouTube. That's the problem. Every comment's gonna be like, fake audience. You didn't clap at all, I appreciate that, you know? That's what I like. I got a big sign with my name. I'm in the back feeling like, hey, motherfucker, what's up? And then I look and you were like, no, I don't care about this guy. It was perfect. Puts me right where I need to be for the big show. The sign was a mistake. I blew it with the sign. It's too big. I didn't realize how big it was. I mean, this is an outrage. I can't compete with this. I thought it was gonna be like a little like Joe List. Well, luckily it only cost $25,000, so I'm breaking even because of this monstrosity, but thanks for coming, guys. This is very exciting. Yeah, oh, thank you. Appreciate it. You're so nice and lovely, and thank you. No masks in the crowd? Maybe a couple? No? I support. Either whatever you guys do, I support it. That's my mask stance. That was my mask stance all the way through. Whatever people did, I would just do whatever the people around me were doing, and then I would make fun of the other group of people. That's how I handle things. I'd meet up with friends, they have masks on, I'd wear my mask, I'm like, I saw some alt-right fucking assholes with no masks. And then I'd meet up with my other friends, they're not wearing masks, so I wouldn't wear mine. I'm like, I saw some cuck liberal sheep over there with their masks. Believe these pussies? I just want everyone to like me. That's my stance on everything. Israel, abortion, whatever you guys think, I think the exact same thing. I agree with all of you individually. You're all correct. I got vaccinated. Unless you didn't, then I didn't either. Stupid idiots. They'll be dead in no time. I did. I got vaccinated, and it was fun, I guess. Whatever. I don't like getting shots. I'm afraid of needles. I'm not afraid of, I don't know. I just don't like getting a shot. And I told the lady, I was like, I don't do well with needles, so just go easy. And she's like, what happens? Are you gonna hit me? Or, I was like, what? Are people hitting you? Maybe I'll hit you. Shit, I didn't know that was an option. I had not crossed my mind to hit you. But now that it's out there, maybe go easy. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna hit you. She's like, well, what happens? Are you gonna faint? And I was like, you know what? Just put me down for a regular. Just somewhere between psycho and pussy. Just a normal. I was just making small talk. I wanted to say something before we did it. what happens? I'm gonna be like, oh, shit. That's like worst case scenario. Eee. Just normal. Then she gave me the shot. I punched her, I took a nap, just because I didn't want to let her down, you know? I didn't want to be uneventful. COVID was fun. I liked when we started to first come out after the lockdown, and then you'd meet up with your friends and kind of feel them out to see who's been taking it serious. Did you guys do that? Like, I'd meet up with a group of friends, and I got like one friend, and he's like, I haven't left my house in like 6 weeks. I'm like, oh, that seems weird. And then I have another friend, he's like, I wear the mask indoors, but not outdoors. And I'm like, that's fair. And then I have another friend, he's like, I fucked 48 women in 3 days. And I'm like, oh. That seems a little risky in any time period. You gotta be careful out there, but I hope everyone gets the vaccine. Not because I care about public health. I just want them to stop talking about the vaccine on the news. Because every time they talk about the vaccine, they feel the need to show a needle going into somebody's arm on the TV. They're like, we gave out 1 million vaccines. And look at it! Ah! And they get like multiple, like 4 in a row, just different angles of like a needle going in. And I find it appalling. It's disgusting. And my friends keep telling me, they're like, you got a needle phobia. I'm like, I guess I got a needle phobia. I didn't think I did. I just don't like, I'm not walking around like, a needle. I just don't like watching them go into people. Like, I'm not afraid of bananas, but if I turned on the news and they were shoving a banana into a guy, I would be like, I fucking hate bananas right now. That's not a perfect analogy, but I feel like it's decent. I think it's weird that you could show a needle going into somebody's arm on television, but you can't show breasts. Like, a needle is vulgar. Breasts are natural. No one agrees, but here's my point. My point is, they should show tits when they talk about the vaccine. I think that would be... Wouldn't that be nice? They should be like, everyone's now eligible for the vaccine. The lady comes out like... Everybody will be vaccinated. The whole country will be all over. Even the most skeptical guy will be like, all right, well, you got me. I'll go get a vaccine. That seems... His friend's like, you idiot, what about the government? He's like, yeah, but I might see some tits. I want to see some tits. And everybody likes breasts, you know, right? No? Maybe not. I don't know. I love them. I feel like if I was at my mother's funeral and somebody took their breasts out, I'd be like, that's a little inappropriate, but I appreciate it very much. Thank you. That's really sweet of you. You should put those away, but good looking out. I love them. I have a wife and she has breasts, and no, I'm serious. She really does. And she's so sweet. She's very liberal with them. She lets me see them. She knows how much I love them. So she'll like, at the end of the day, I guess it feels nice to take your bra off at the end of the day. She'll be like, honey, I'm taking my bra off. And I come running in like a puppy. And I sit on the floor and I make eye contact with both of them. It made me think, like, if I had breasts, I feel like I'd be showing them off all the time. Maybe not. I don't know what it's like to be a woman. I don't mean like drunkenly, like, woo! I mean like earnestly, like in the morning at the bank or like Starbucks. Like we're in line and the guy in front of me is like, and I'm like, what's the matter? He's like, yeah, it's just a long line. I'd be like, hey, check this out. How do you like that, huh? And he's like, what? Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, no sweat. Enjoy it. Have fun. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm just saying you could be doing more for your community if you wanted to, ladies. Traffic, slap them on the window, you know, lift some spirits. Sometimes though, my wife, she'll wear a shirt that she's gonna sleep in, so she doesn't take her shirt off. She takes her bra off like through her sleeve. You ever see that with like a lady? She'll pull her bra through the sleeve. That's like the meanest magic trick ever. She's like, ta-da! And I'm like, boo! That trick sucks. It's like if you went to see a magician, he pulled a rabbit out of a hat, but then you didn't see tits. You know what I mean? That's not a great analogy either. My analogies need work, but... I saw an ad for a bra store here in New York. I don't know the name of it, but you could probably Google it. It said, it was smaller than this, actually, but it was a billboard. It said, we have 90 sizes of bras. I was like, that seems like a lot. Are there 90 breast sizes? I guess there are. I only know 4 breast sizes. I know tiny, medium, huge, and yucky. Those are the 4 breast sizes. There's probably more than that, but less than 90, right? I don't mean to be offensive. Penises, same 4 sizes. Those are the dick sizes also. There's like, that's too small, that's regular, that's huge. What's going on with your dick, sir? Are you all right? That looks painful. Is that swollen? Sex is fun. I like breasts and sex. I look smart. I look like I'm gonna have like intellectual stuff. I'm a moron. Sorry. I feel like I have like glasses. I'm like, But I'm like, what's up with tits? And there's plenty of shit jokes coming also. I thought about naming the special Shit, Dick, and Tits, but I feel like the algorithm wouldn't go for it. I like all those things. I don't watch porn though, which nobody believes ever. No, you're saying no right off the bat. It's very hurtful. I tell people, like, I don't really watch porn. They're like, no, you do. And I'm like, all right. I was telling my buddy, he's like a religious guy. He's like a spiritual fellow. I like to think of him like as a good guy. So I was like, I don't really watch porn. He was like, that's stupid. I'll send you some shit. And I was like, oh, that's okay. That's not what I was going for. It's not because not for like a moral reason, by the way. I'm not better than you. Like, I'm a piece of shit. They don't have what I'm looking for in porn. Like my friend was like, they have literally anything you can imagine. And I was like, they actually don't. You know why? Because I can imagine myself having sex. That's what I'm into. That's my thing. I like me having sex. That's my fetish. And there's no porn with me in it. You can search all day. You're not going to find any Joe List porn. You type in Joe List has sex with a cast of friends, nothing comes up. But look at this. I can just imagine it. I'm blowing Chandler right now. I can do whatever I want. Occasionally what I'll do, I'll try to find a porn that has a guy in it who looks like me to kind of like root for. You know what I mean? Like a video game where you create your own character. It's hard to do though. There's not a lot of guys that look like me in porn. There are, but it's not going great for them. If you see a guy that looks like me in porn, he's tied up and someone's fucking his wife right in front of him. That's the look. That's my porn look. I'm like, hey, that guy looks like me. I hit play and he's like, honey, no. They're putting lipstick on him and a shoe in his asshole, and I'm like, hey, what the hell? Get that off of me. I don't like that. I have a wife too, and we have sex, which is nice. We have like a healthy sex life, so that's like another reason I don't need porn. But we have sex a lot. I like a little dirty talk during sex because we've been together for like 10 years, so I like a little dirty talk. But she's not great at it. She's good, but what she does, she throws out too much dirty talk at once. Have you ever had that with a partner? We're having sex. She's like, yeah, you're so good. I'm all wet. You got great penmanship. Your dad loves you. And I'm like, all right, all right, all right. I'm like, just do one of the ones I gave you. Don't read the whole list. Those are suggestions, not a script. Just pick one and riff on it. I always want to have sex, but sometimes my wife doesn't want to, which is fair, of course, but I don't like the rejection. So what I do, this is a good move. I don't know if you guys do this. I'll ask, and if she says no, I pretend I was kidding. Do you guys do that ever? It's like a pretty good move. I'm like, we should have sex. She's like, I don't feel like it. I'm like, well, not now. What? You thought I meant right now? That's hilarious. You thought right now, in the middle of the afternoon, I wanted to have an orgasm inside your body? You're wacky. I was thinking later. What do you think, like 6, 7 minutes? Because I don't want to. I don't have kids. My wife and I, we thought about having kids during the pandemic, but then the pandemic sort of ended, and we were like, no, that's stupid. Let's not do that. Did anybody? We were at home. We were like, wouldn't it be fun if we had a kid running around, but then restaurants open? We were like, we'll just go out to eat. That seems a little easier. Save a few bucks. Here's the thing. If you're going to have a kid, I feel like you got to have, like, missionary sex. Just, like, regular, I love you sex. Because I like to get a little nasty in bed. You don't want to get too nasty, and then you have a kid, and anytime you look at your kid, you're like, ah, shit, that was crazy. I don't know. That was weird. Is that how it works? I don't know. I just picture, like, look at our son running all over the football field. Remember that night you stuck your middle finger in my asshole? That was insane. That was... Look at our beautiful daughter graduating from high school. Remember that night you punched me in the face, you called me a homo because that's what I needed to have an orgasm? Because we had been together for way too long when we decided to finally have children? That was really something else. My wife is sweet. Sometimes I feel like she doesn't even know me, though. I was on the road recently, and I couldn't sleep because I had anxiety. So I called her at home, and I was like, I'm having trouble sleeping. And she's so sweet. She was like, have you tried masturbating? I was like, that is adorable that you thought that I hadn't thought to masturbate. I'm like, no, I thought of masturbating. I thought of masturbating way before I thought of calling you. That was several activities ago. And I don't mean that offensively. That's the first thing I think of when anything goes wrong. We lose power in my house. I'm like, let me masturbate real quick. I feel like that might spring something loose. I lose my phone. My friend's like, want me to call it? I'm like, let me jerk off. I think that I might remember. I think my wife's attracted to me. It's hard to say. I do mixed martial arts, MMA. Anybody doing that? No? I'll fucking kill everybody in here. Beat the shit out of you guys. If I wanted to, you seem very nice, but I do MMA. My wife loves it. She's like turned on. First of all, I thought I was gonna learn like hand-to-hand combat. I learned dick to butt choking, and that's cool too, but I wanted to learn self-defense. I learned I'm attracted to men, and those are both good things to learn. My friend was like, you should do MMA. Find out what you're capable of. I am capable of maintaining an erection while a guy strangles me from behind. How would I have known that otherwise? You know what I mean? You've got to step out of your comfort zone occasionally. I'm kidding a little bit, but it does feel oddly sexual, the sport. I show up, I take my shoes off, I give my buddy $50, we roll around. I'm like, this feels a little fetishy. He's like, we gotta work on your mount today. Get over here and mount me. I'm like, all right. I feel like I'm getting duped, but my wife loves it though. She's like turned on. She's like, oh my God, you're fighting. That's so cool. I'm like, yeah. She's like, that's hot. I'm like, you got that right. She's never seen me do it though. I can't ever let her see me do it. That's the issue. I think she thinks I'm like standing there fighting a guy. In reality, I'm just laying on the ground. A guy's pulling my arm and I'm like, okay, ow, oh shit. I don't picture my wife watching that and being like, ooh, look at the way he quits right away. Mm-hmm. I love the way my husband gives up immediately when a smaller man gets his arm. You can just tap. That's the best part of the sport. You tap the other person. They have to stop legally. They win, but you don't die. Sort of a win-win. I think we should have that socially, you know? You're at like a party or a bar, and someone's telling you a shitty story, and you're like, you know what? I think I'm done with this, actually. And you tap on the forehead. And then you're like, no, you won. That was great. And your friends are like, why'd you tap so early? You're like, I was going to kill myself if I kept listening to that piece of shit story, so I had to get out of there. I want to be tough. That's why I do MMA. I want to be like a guy that's like secretly tough. You know what I mean? That like looks like me, you know, but like can kick ass. You ever see those guys? Like you're at a party and someone's like, you see that guy over there? You can't tell by looking at him, but that guy could kill you, you know? And then I'm just like, I want to be one of those guys. I'm more a guy like this. I'm like at a party and people are like, you can't tell by like looking at that guy, but that guy is very good at softball. You would really be impressed. That joke never works, but I just want you guys to know that I'm very good at softball. I think that's important. I know I don't have a tough look, because my first day at MMA, we went over striking. That's like punching and kicking. You pussies probably aren't familiar with this kind of shit, but we went over striking. My instructor said, when you throw a punch, you want to turn your wrist like you're pouring tea. And I was like, I feel like you don't say that to everybody. Somehow... I'm pretty sure he just looked at me and was like, you've probably poured tea? Is that something you've done? I was like, hell yeah, you shitting me? I love tea. That's like my favorite beverage. My first punch was terrible. I had my pinky out and my elbow flared. Kind of... I've never seen one fight. The guy's like, you want some chamomile, bitch, huh? How about some jasmine? You know? Every time we spar, I say, you're in steep trouble, and I laugh, and he gets mad. It's pretty cute. He's like, you gotta stop doing that. I'm like, well, whatever, you brought up the tea thing. I'm just trying to have a nice time here. I want to be tough. I started doing MMA. I got inspired. I was watching Larry You guys remember Larry Nassar? He was like the serial child molester. This is not going to be a pro Larry Nassar take. I don't know why. I'm not going to be like, that guy was all right. No, he sucks. He's in jail now. He was like the gymnastics guy. He's in jail. But remember at the trial, there was like a big trial for him, and it was on the news. And during the trial, one of the victims, her father, stood up, and he said, Your Honor, can I have 5 minutes alone with this demon? You guys remember that, right? Like that guy was going to beat the shit out of Larry Nassar. The judge said, no, you're not allowed to do that. The judge was like, you may not. But the dad didn't give up. He said, how about 1 minute alone? He tried negotiating. That was the best part. Like the judge was going to be like, all right, 1 minute, come on up here. Get these tables out of here. He asked twice. Come on, hit the clock. Get him. He said no again. That's not part of the judicial system, unfortunately, but it inspired me because I was like, I want to be like this dad. And I'm not a dad at all, but I was like, I want to be like that guy, taking matters into his own hands. He's going to beat the shit out of Larry Nassar. I was like, I got to learn how to fight, though, because I don't know how to fight. I couldn't do that. If I was in his position, and I was like, can I get 5 minutes alone with this piece of shit? And the judge was like, you got it. I'd have to be like, wait, what? Oh, shit. I just wanted to impress my wife. I don't want to fight the guy. Because you can't lose that fight. You can't be like, let me get 5 minutes alone with this son of a bitch and come out 5 minutes later with 2 black eyes and a bloody nose crying. And be like, Your Honor, can I get 3 more minutes and 2 friends? Is that possible? How about 1 minute and a weapon? I want to teach this son of an onion a lesson. I think if you have kids, you got to be able to fight a little bit, don't you think? Protect your kids, you know? Yeah, you're saying yes, right? I remember one time when I was a little kid, my next door neighbor, he was my age. We were like 7 or 8 years old or whatever. And then there was like a neighborhood bully, and he beat up my neighbor. And the kid that got beat up, he was all beat up and shit. And then his dad came home, and the dad was so upset that his son had been beat up, he went and confronted the bully's dad. And then the bully's dad beat the shit out of this kid's dad. Like father and son beat up on the same day. Brutal. I felt so bad for both of them. I felt really bad, though, for the mother/wife, because she had to come home and her husband and son have, like, ice packs on their heads. And she's like, what the hell happened? They're like, no time to explain. We need you to fuck up Mrs. Reynolds right now. Come on, Mom. This family is dominating us, Mom. We need you. Kick off those heels and kick some ass, goddammit. I do like kids. I have nieces and nephews, and they're really fun. I like them. They call me Funkle Joe, and it's really sweet. It's adorable. Not even like as a joke. They're like really earnest. Like, hey, Funkle Joe, what did you have to eat today? And I kill too with them. You guys are laughing with these kids. I pull my thumbs off, and I'm like, whoa, it's killing them. Sometimes I pretend to walk downstairs, but there's not stairs there. I'll be like, I'm going downstairs. It's better if there's a couch. You guys aren't seeing the full effect. I did it recently. I'm getting old, though. I did it recently, and I fell down the stairs. I was like, uh-oh, I'm going down. Oh, fuck! And my knee gave out. My nephew didn't even get it. He's like, Uncle Joe's drinking again. I'm like, shut up and get help, you piece of shit. They're fun. Here's some kid advice. I don't have a kid, but here's some advice from someone without a kid. You can't hit your kids anymore. People get very upset if you hit your kids. But you know what you can do? You can throw your kids into a swimming pool as hard as you possibly can. Nobody says shit. I know that because I was at a hotel pool recently. And this little kid went up to his dad. He was like, Dad, throw me in the pool. And the dad was like, you got it, son. And then the dad's whole face changed. He grabbed his son by one wrist. He was like, ah! He just whipped him. The kid was like, ah! He almost cleared the pool. And I had to step in. I'm a good guy. I like kids. I had to be like, hey, sir, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but if you get low, you might be able to skip him. Kind of just shoot him right across there. It's worth trying. I was in a hotel pool recently, and as I was in that story, so I guess twice recently. A lot. I was in hotel pools every week. Every once in a while, I'll be the only guy in the hotel pool. Have you guys ever had that happen? You probably have like families and shit or whatever, but it's the best. You're in like a hotel pool. It's a huge pool. You feel like a millionaire. It's exciting. I splash around and shit. I'm like, Frederick, bring me my pool toys. Just to have fun, you know. But I was in the hotel, and then somebody else came in, which is always a weird moment where you're in the hotel pool alone, and then somebody else walks in, and you're like, excuse me, can I help you? Hello? Oh, this is public. Okay, gotcha. But a lady walked in, she had a kid with her, like whatever age this is. Like you carry it like this, and it says shit. I guess 2 or 3 or whatever. And then she got in the pool with the kid, and then the kid looked at me, and then she looked at her mother, and she said, I don't like that man. One of the most hurtful experiences of my life. Because I wasn't like splashing her or giving the finger. It was just my face. And she was like, nah, I don't like that. And I want to be like, I don't like you. How about that? Nobody like 6 people like you, and they're obligated to. I got 70,000 Twitter followers, you dumb bitch. How do you like that? Yeah. Yeah. Let's see you sell out the Village Underground with a giant sign that you paid for with your own money. Also, you don't need a pool. You're like a foot tall. Go take a bath, you asshole. What are you doing down here? This is for adults. I didn't say any of that, of course. I put my head down and just left. She bullied me out of the pool. But... They should have, you know what they should have is like the hotel room should have like a monitor that lets you know who's in the pool. You can't have that. I just realized people would be jerking off to the monitor. As I said it, I was like, that's no good. Women could never swim again. But they should have like a color-coded system. Because sometimes you go down to the pool, and I'm traveling by myself a lot, so I'll go down there. I went down recently, there was like a bachelor party in the pool. I'm like, I don't want to swim with these bros. They're gonna like hold my head underwater and piss on me or something. So I gotta like leave, but pretend I didn't want to swim. I'm like, do you guys know where the business center is? I have a towel and orange shorts on. I'm like, you guys, I gotta check my email. That's why I came down here with flip-flops on. I do like kids. I was, though, sometimes it gets weird with like other people's kids. I was on the subway recently, and it was like, it's getting crowded again, and it was really crowded, and we were all piling on. There was a little kid next to me, and he kept stepping on my foot. Like 3 or 4 times, he stepped on my foot. And finally, after like 4 times, I said, excuse me, little buddy, you're stepping on my shoe. And then his mother went, he's a kid. And I was like, yes, I know that. That's why I said, excuse me, little buddy. And not, hey, get the fuck off my shoe, asshole. I feel like I was handling that as though he was a little kid. Was that not? Oh, he's a little kid. I didn't realize that. Get on both feet. I'll walk you down the steps. I thought he was a drunken little person trying to fight me. That's why I got so aggressive. I almost choked him out. I'm so happy you stepped in. I hated that kid and his mother. I hated both of them. I don't want to be one of these guys that gets older and is like, back in my day or whatever, but when I was a kid, if I stepped on a guy's foot and the guy yelled at me, my mother would have been like, do you want to hit my son? Go ahead and hit my child. Take his shoes. I was on the subway recently. There was a lady sitting across from me, and we were just like minding our own business. And she pulled a Reese's peanut butter cup out of her bag, and then she started opening it. And then right as she finished opening it, she fumbled it, and she dropped it on the floor of the subway. Now, don't jump ahead, everybody. She didn't need it. She picked it up, and she went like this. She went, oh. And then she threw it back in her bag, and she went, and then she looked right at me, and she went like this. And I was like, I'm sorry, are you doing that for me? I don't know why. You can just eat that. I don't care if you eat that. I don't know why we're making eye contact. I'm not comfortable. But she kept doing that. She's like... Then we got to the next stop, and she got off the train. I kept an eye on her because I was fascinated by this lady. So I watched her. She got off the train, and I watched her get right back on the same train, but 1 car up. And right away, I was like, I think I know what's going on here. And I kind of watched it through the little window, and sure enough, she just pulled it back out, and she just ate it on that. Which I loved. I was like, good for you. Enjoy yourself. Find a new crowd. They don't know. I like that lady. I like that lady because that lady is me. I'm the woman in this story. I just wanted to kind of feel you guys out to see how you'd respond. Some of you judge me. You can't take it back, but many of you support it, and I appreciate it. First of all, I blew it off. I'm not an animal. I gave it a good, and I brushed it. You can eat food off the ground. You guys know that. Nobody's ever died that way. No one's ever been like, my nephew passed away. And you're like, what? How? He dropped the Three Musketeers bar on the floor. He picked it up and ate it. Blood shot out of his eyes and ears. He shit his pants and died. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. We should have bought a Dyson. We had a goddamn Dirt Devil. Sucked. I was at the, a lot of times comedy is very isolated. Like I said, I'm always in hotel pools by myself. It's a very isolating profession. I was at the Mall of America a couple of years ago, and they have a roller coaster at the Mall of America. Now, I wanted to ride the roller coaster. I'm a fun guy. You guys can see that, obviously. I wanted to ride the roller coaster, but I was by myself. I feel like a weirdo. I'm like, I don't want to ride a roller coaster alone. But then I was like, whatever. That's just my anxiety. Get in the way of a good time. So I said, you know what? I'll have one ticket for the roller coaster. Now, the roller coaster seats 4 across. So when you're by yourself, they put you in the group of 3. And my group of 3 was like 3 10-year-old boys. They're like, you're with these kids. And right away, I'm like, I don't want to sit with somebody's children. I feel like a weirdo alone. Now I feel like a real weirdo with somebody's kids. But I had to go through with it. You can't back out in that moment. You can't be like, oh, I can't sit with kids. Never mind. Forget it. Sorry. You know what I mean? That's like a red flag. They're going to be like, what's up with this guy? Why can't he sit with children? So I had to be like, sure. You can't go too big either, by the way. You can't be like, yeah. Woo. You got to split the difference. Yes, I would love to. So then I sat with the kids, and you've been on a roller coaster. They're like right next to you. Like our legs are touching. We're like right here, and I'm like, should I say hello? Should I be like, hey, what's up, guys? All right. Or is that like a stranger danger? I don't want to freak them out. But then it also feels psychotic to just stare straight ahead. So once again, I had to split the difference. So I kissed the cutest one on the lips. Gave him a little split. Nothing serious, just soft, let him know I'm a good guy, you know. It was weird because the cutest one wasn't next to me. There was like a piece of shit next to me. I had to lean across him. He got jealous. That part's a joke. I gotta make it clear that I did not kiss a child. But the story really happened. I really did ride a roller coaster with 3 kids at the Mall of America. And then there was a lady over here. She started waving like this. Now I'm an idiot. You guys are probably like, oh, I bet she's like the mother of one of these kids. That is correct. I'm a dipshit. I thought she was a fan, so I started waving back. I was like, hey, I'm just like you. And I was like, oh, that's your child. Oh, that's your kid. Okay, I see. That's why you're both horrified. I got you. My bad. I had to ride the roller coaster. I rode the roller coaster. I didn't even enjoy it because I was so anxious. Then I get off the roller coaster. They try to sell you a photo. They take a photo of you on the roller coaster. They try to sell it to you. Would you like to buy a photo of your experience? I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to pass on the photo. Feels a little inappropriate if I'm like, yeah. Let me get an 8x10 of me and the boys. Do you have any wallet sizes? I want to remember these children forever. I want to remember these kids I met a few minutes ago for a long time. I didn't buy the photo, but they got in line. They had a great time, so they bought the photo. I'm not joking. This is a true story. Right now, there's a photo of me and 3 children somewhere in America. It sort of motivates me professionally. Like, I think it'd be fun if someday my career just explodes. I don't know if it's tonight, but someday my career just takes off and that family's at home watching a movie and they're like, is that the fucking guy from the roller coaster? What? Ma! That lonely nerd from the mall. He didn't kill himself. He's talking to Tom Hanks right now. Look at this. I think that would be fun, right? Oh, God, you scared me. I thought you were coming at me. I thought you were the father. Holy shit. I just saw movement. You were like in a fucking form tackle. I was like, oh, my God. That'd be a great ending. You just smash me into the sign. I'm like, whoa. That fucking ending ruled. Anyways. Oh, my throat's killing me. I got reflux. Rooney. You guys like that? That was a Ferris Bueller reference. Leave that in. Anytime anyone clears their throat, Rooney. I'd like to have a word with you, by God. It's a great film. Anyways. I have acid reflux. I had to get an endoscopy. Do you guys ever get one of those? Those are fun. That's when they put you to sleep for a few minutes, then they put a camera down your throat and into your stomach, and they look around to see if you have $3,000 that they can take. It's pretty cool. It's a fun procedure. I had to get an endoscopy, and the doctor, he's like, we're going to put you to sleep for a little bit. He's like, we're going to use propofol. And I said, okay. And he said, don't get nervous. I know propofol has a bad reputation. And I was like, I don't know anything about propofol. What? Not with me, it doesn't. And he was like, oh, it's the drug that killed Michael Jackson. It's like, nice. Do me a big favor. Give me a little less than you gave Michael Jackson, if you don't mind. I would love to sleep for a shorter period of time than MJ. And here's just a little tip. You don't have to tell people you killed someone with the drug you're about to give them. I don't know. Maybe you do. I don't know. He said, it's a great drug. He goes, it'll put you to sleep in less than 10 seconds. You'll wake up, you'll feel buzzed for about a half hour. After that, you'll feel completely refreshed. And I was like, are you trying to sell me propofol right now? Sounds unbelievable. They don't sell it. You got to steal it. But it's a great drug. He gave it to me. Went right to sleep, woke up, felt buzzed, little free lapse, exciting. And the doctor came over. He brought me photos of the inside of my body. He's like, these are for your records. And I was like, I don't have records. I'm a regular person. I thought you kept the records. I don't even have a cabinet. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I don't need these. Have you seen photos of the inside of your body? They look like wet vaginas. Every single photo looks like a wet vagina. So much so, I don't even think he looked inside my body. I think he knocked me out, Google imaged wet vaginas, printed the results, handed them to me, went in the back and laughed his ass off for about a half an hour. And the nurse is like, did you give him vagina photos? He's like, I did. It was hilarious. One of them had a full bush. He thinks there's a goddamn bush on his esophagus. He's a moron. We got his dough. I got a haircut recently for the big show, right? It's looking okay, right? I got a haircut. It was like a fancy place, too. It was in the Village here, because it doesn't matter why. I had a few extra bucks and some time to kill, so I went to a nice place. In the middle of my haircut, the lady said, do you want me to do your eyebrows? And she said it like that, in a way that I had to be like, I guess so. And she was like, do you want me to do your dumb, shitty, ugly eyebrows? That's what I heard. And I was like, yeah, I guess do my eyebrows. And I know I have long eyebrow hairs, because every once in a while, I'll get something in my eye, and I look in the mirror, and it's like friendly fire. Like it's an eyebrow hair that's dangled in. And so I was like, yeah, do my eyebrow. I thought she was going to use like scissors, though, like a couple snips, you know? But she used like electronic clippers and did a full boom, like all the way across. And I wasn't wearing my glasses, so I couldn't see my eyebrows. For like a full 5 minutes, I was like, I think this bitch just shaved my eyebrows off my goddamn face. I went through a range of emotion. At first, I was pissed, because I'm an eyebrow kind of guy. I like eyebrows. But then I got mad at myself, because I was like, well, she did ask. I'm just an idiot who doesn't know what do your eyebrows means. This must be what the young whippersnappers are out here doing, cutting their eyebrows off. And then I got excited. I was like, maybe I'll be a guy that paints his eyebrows on. That might be fun. I'll go like triangle devil, fucking, you know? But I still have them. I put my glasses on. They're still there, looking nice. I did a little eyebrow research for this joke. Did you guys know this? I thought we had eyebrows to keep, like, to protect our eyes. Did you guys think that? To keep, like, sweat going in? Yeah, well, evidently we're idiots. That's not why. They think we have eyebrows for non-verbal communication. That's why we have eyebrows. So we have eyebrows just so you can be like, hey, you want to, They're for getting laid, evidently. I had no idea. And then you ladies can be like... And then we're like... That's the only communicative hair, really. I mean, pubic hair you can communicate with, but that's not what it's for. We've all done that, though, before. Where you hook up with someone for the first time, and you got like a big full bush, you're kind of communicating. I did not see this happening. I thought... I thought we were friends. I don't know. This will look better next time you see me. My apologies. Anyways, so I don't have kids, but here's another reason to not have kids. I think that, like, you can mess your kid up. That's like a bummer. You know what I mean? Like, as hard as you try, your kids still end up like messy. Like, my parents are great parents. They're still together. They said I love you a couple times. They hit me twice, hugged me twice. You know what I mean? Good balance. That was supposed to be funny. I thought you guys got sad there. But still, I'm a mess. I have like OCD, anxiety, alcoholism, herpes. That one's probably on me, but I just throw it out there. You know what I mean? Why not? I got trauma, you know? Nothing too serious. I'm not going to make it weird in here, but like one time when I was a kid, this hurt me. I was a little kid. I went with my dad to pick up pizza. We ordered pizzas, and I was like, I'll go with you to pick it up. And then we picked up the pizza, and he just forgot about me. He left me in the pizza place. Yeah, some of you are laughing, and some of you are gasping. Both fine. However you handle it. I looked up. It was scary. I looked up. He was like pulling away. I had to run out there like an action movie. And it was like, no! And I banged on the window. He was startled. He was like, oh shit, sorry. It hurt. The worst part was the pizza was in the passenger seat. That's what hurt. He had to unbuckle the pizza and be like, oh my God, I knew something was there that I loved. Something warm. I had to sit there crying in the pizza heat, you know. My asshole all warm. I got over it because there was pizza, but you know. To this day, I can't use seat warmers. In the winter, my friend's like, you want a little heat? I'm like, no, don't touch it. I'll shit my pants and start crying. You don't want me to. No heat. I brought it up to him recently. I was like, remember that time you left me in the pizza parking lot? And he was like, tell it to the therapist. And I was like, no, I did. He said I should confront you. That's why I'm bringing it up right now. A lot of trauma I've revisited. Recently, my wife and I, during the pandemic, we just watched a lot of movies. I rewatched Dirty Dancing. That's a great movie, right? Everybody remembers that one? So old, you're shrugging, didn't care for it, you don't like it? Or you don't know it, or you don't like it? You've never seen it? Oh, you gotta check it out. It's a hell of a picture. But, yeah, maybe you'll enjoy the joke anyways. My wife and I, we watched. It's a very sexy movie. If you didn't see it, it's very sexy. You'll love it. It's very hot. There's one scene, Patrick Swayze, he's in there, very hot guy. And at one point, I don't know if you remember this. You don't remember this, but some of you might remember this. He locks his keys in the car by accident, and then it's raining. You remember? Yeah, it's raining. See, she's getting like hot and bothered over here. It's raining, and so he kicks a fence post out of the ground. By the way, you see that MMA training? Did anybody see how I kind of He kicks a fence post out of the ground. He smashes the window of his own car, and then he reaches in and he unlocks the door, and he's all wet. And that's a sexy scene. I know that because the first time I saw it, I was 8, and my mother went, And I remember thinking, something just happened to Mom, and I don't like it. I don't know what's going on, but I'm uncomfortable now. And then I realized only years later, my mother got vocally horny next to 8-year-old me. Like she was like, yeah, fucking Swayze cock. Yeah. And I felt bad because my dad's sitting there and he's like, I've never heard you make that noise. And I'm like, I've never heard anybody make this noise. Can we clean it up? I felt bad for my dad because now my dad knows my mother's into Patrick Swayze. And I don't know if you guys could tell by looking at me. My dad does not look like Patrick Swayze. I got more of a Steve Buscemi dad, you know? Still very nice, but... I felt bad. I wanted to hook my dad up, so a couple of years later, I locked the keys in the car on purpose. I was like, oh shit, Dad. Better get those keys out, huh, Pop? And he was like, I'll call AAA. And I was like, God damn it, Dad. Smash that son of a bitch. My dad, he was sweet, but he didn't know what was going on. He brought Point Break home a few years later. Remember that movie? That was Patrick Swayze, Keanu Reeves. You see that one? No? God damn you. It's a hell of a film. He's like, I thought we'd watch this as a family. I'm like, there's no chance in hell I'm watching this movie with Mom in the room. I'll tell you that. Are you kidding me? We're all gonna be surfing when Mom's squirting all over the goddamn living room, watching Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves in wetsuits. She can watch that alone. That's Deb time. How about Forrest Gump? You see Forrest Gump? Where'd you go? You saw that one, right? I love that movie. Some people hate it. I love it. Best Picture, 94. Fantastic, if you ask me. I got beef, though. I rewatched it. Movies get different as you watch them, like, later in life. And I got beef with one of the characters. Mrs. Gump, specifically, played wonderfully by Sally Field, who's Tom Hanks' mother in that movie, and a love interest in a movie 4 years earlier. So, little movie magic. This is my issue. Remember the scene where Forrest Gump, he graduates from the University of Alabama. Somehow. We're not sure how exactly. It's a little iffy. Early on in the film, he's too dumb to get into kindergarten. Later, he graduates from the University of Alabama. He couldn't get into kindergarten. His mother had to bang the principal. That's how he got in. This was pre-Me Too movement. That was a fair exchange back in the day. He gets into the public school system, plays football, graduates University of Alabama. And then at graduation, remember this? He graduates, and a guy in an army uniform walks up, and he hands him a pamphlet. And he says, "Have you given any thought to your future?" And Forrest says, "Thought?" Because he doesn't know what thoughts are. He's confused. And then it just cuts to Forrest. He's on the bus. He's joined the army. And there's a drill instructor like, "Get your bitch ass on the army bus, you pussy," or whatever. And Forrest is like, "Oh my God, I think I made a big mistake." And this is where I have an issue with Mrs. Gump. I really feel like she should have stepped in and looked out for her son. If you didn't see the movie, he's in grave danger. He's going directly to Vietnam. It's 1968. And here's what I think. I think Mrs. Gump wanted to get rid of Forrest. That's the argument I'm presenting. I think she was like, "I'm tired of paying for leg braces and banging all these principals. That's a great idea. Go to Vietnam, see what you can do over there." Because he wasn't going to get drafted. He was safe. He was draft exempt for a few reasons. One, he was a college graduate. Two, he was his mother's only son. And three, he was retarded. So I feel like he was safe. Then he came home 2 years later. He's like, "I'm home, Mama." She's like, "You gotta be shitting me. Are you serious?" Oh, God damn it. Oh, I thought I took care of this. That's great. He's like, "How's Bubba?" "He died." "He died?" Oh. Sorry. I'm from the 90s. I apologize. You guys are so great. I feel like I can be, right? Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Let me see in my head here. I got that one. Oh, yeah. I got a bunch. Yeah, I remember now. It's down to cell phones and shits. You guys aren't looking at your phone. They take your phone here, though, right? They're all wrapped up. That makes it easier to not look at your phone. Now I'm triggering everybody in the room, though. You guys are all like, "Oh, shit. I wonder what's going on my phone." Very hard not to look at your phone. We're all addicted, right? It's hard. Some comedians get mad if they see someone in the audience look at their phone. They'll be like, "Hey, get off your phone, you son of a whatever." I just get jealous. I'm like, "Shit, I wish I was looking at my phone. That is better. That is better than all of my thoughts." I'm trying to not look at my phone anymore. I read a book called How to Break Up With Your Phone by my friend Catherine Price. Anybody read that book? Nobody read it. Great. I highly recommend it. It's great. I mean, I'm still addicted to my phone, but it was a fun read. One tip in there, it said, "Write down waste of time on a piece of paper, take a photo of the piece of paper, make that photo the background picture of your phone, so when you open your phone, it says waste of time." And that activity is a waste of time, because it doesn't work at all. I opened my phone, I was like, "Oh, I remember doing that. That was crazy." And then I looked at my phone for about 3.5 hours. Never worked once, but I had a good time doing it. Another thing the book recommends is an app called the Moment app. And the Moment app tells you how many times you picked up your phone that day. It's a good app. Yeah, you have it. It's nice. It's supposed to help you quit. It doesn't help you quit, though. It just makes you want to kill yourself. That's all it really does. I'm like, wow, 178. I'm a piece of shit. I used to drink a lot. If I had an app that was like, "You drank 17 Captain Cokes today," I wouldn't quit. I'd be like, "You're goddamn right I did." And then I'd flip over a table and try to have sex with a really heavy woman. You know what I mean? It's not going to help me. I came up with an idea for my own app. I take a little bit of that, but then there's repercussions. It tells you how many times you picked up your phone, but there's some repercussions. You pick up your phone 50 times in one day, we send a picture of your dick to your mother. That's like a... That would be a good app. You're like, holy shit, I'm at 48. I can't sexually harass my mother. Let me put this goddamn thing away until tomorrow. But then a half hour later, you're like, I got a pretty good tweak on. Let me just double check. She's seen it before. She'll be fine. She probably won't recognize it. It's been a few months. Years. Shit. Oh, God. I'm trying not to look at my phone, but it's hard. Because once again, comedy, very isolating. I'm traveling by myself all the time. At this point, in our society, if you're by yourself in public, you should be required to look at your phone. Because otherwise, you're just... You're making everyone uncomfortable. I was on the subway the other day. Every single person's looking at their phone, except one guy just looking out the window. I told a cop, I'm like, you might want to keep an eye on that son of a bitch over there. You seeing this? This guy's looking at trees and smiling. I was at a restaurant. I'm trying to look at my phone, so I was like, I'm not going to look at my phone. So I'm just sitting there like a lunatic. And then they sat two people like right next to me, two old ladies, and they start talking. And so naturally, I just start listening to their conversation, which is just social media, basically. It's just two strangers talking, and I'm like, interesting. That's not what I think. And then at one point, the lady was like, my son's having a baby. And then we just kind of caught each other's eye for a moment, and I gave her a literal thumbs up. I gave her the glasses emoji and a thumbs up. And I was like, we're living in a goddamn matrix, I think. Anyways, time for the shit jokes. Oh, thanks. My wife and I, we share a small apartment during the pandemic. And like, you know, you gotta go to the bathroom, right? Of course. But you don't want your like partner to hear you shitting. That's no good. Right? Yes. So I would always do this. Do you guys do this? Maybe you have like houses. We have a small apartment. I would say, I gotta use the bathroom. Don't listen. You guys ever do that? I say don't listen. And then I remember my wife doesn't listen when I'm talking. So I don't know why I'm worried about her listening to me shit. Like I tell my wife my best story. She's just scrolling Instagram. She's like, oh, that's great. I like the idea that I'm like, I'm gonna take a shit. She's like, let me put my phone down for this. I wanna get... Like I'm like, don't listen. Like she's like, please. You don't want your partner to hear you shitting, but some people I do want to hear shit. Like sometimes I don't have health insurance because I'm an American, right? And I have a bad diet. I'm always afraid I'm dying. So that's like my health insurance. I'll overhear somebody shitting and I think, oh, I'm fine. Have you guys ever had that? You're in like a public restroom, you just hear like, oh. And you're like, I'm good for a while. I don't make that noise when I'm shitting. I got a few years before I need to see a doctor. Sometimes I'll thank them. I'm like, hey, I appreciate that, sir. I hope you feel better. Thanks for your service. Every once in a while, you hear someone shit so badly that I'll wash my hands for like a half hour because I'm like, I need to get a look at this guy's face. I don't know. You guys not do that? It's like a game of chicken. He knows I'm out there, but I'm like, I don't have a job, sir. I'll sleep in here. I'm going to put a face to that noise. Then he comes out and I'm like, I knew you were going to look like that. Somehow I knew what you looked like. I could tell. The problem with public restrooms, the stall door never fits perfectly, right? When you go into a bathroom, like here, these ones are good, but the stall door, it's never like flush. There's always like a seam there. It's like the worst, and sometimes it's like way too wide. Like you ever sit down, you're like, why can I see both that guy's shoulders right now? Usually it's like a sliver, like a shirt color. And then you sit down, you're like, I can see an entire human. Hi. I had one recently. I don't know how wide it was exactly, but I know this. It was wider than a child's eyeball. And the reason I know that is because I was in the bathroom and a kid walked right up to me and just looked right through. There was space on either side. Have you guys ever made direct eye contact with a strange child while you were shitting? Probably not, right? I just kept staring because I don't want to let him alpha male me. I just kept... Eventually, he broke the silence. He went, Dad! It's like, does he think I'm his dad? Or does he want his dad to see how I shit? Like, is he like, Dad? It's good to be back. This is fun. I miss traveling around doing comedy. My last gig before the shutdown, I was in Plano, Texas. That was like my last gig. And I went to the airport. I got a ride to the airport in a cab. And the cab driver was making small talk with me. Now, I hate making small talk with a cab driver because I feel like I have to agree with whatever he says. I feel that way anyway, but especially in a cab because they have your life in their hands. Like, I'm always afraid to be like, that doesn't really make sense. And he'll be like, well, maybe this will make sense, you fucking piece of shit. You know what I mean? You guys think that? So I disagree with whatever he said. We pulled in the airport, huge airport, Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, second biggest airport in America. We pulled in, and I said, this airport is huge. I'm very good at small talk. That's one of my skills. And then he said, oh yeah, this airport right here, bigger than the state of Maine. He tossed that out there. Now, many of you are laughing. Some of you are not laughing. Let me just help you out with this joke. He is incorrect. The state of Maine is bigger than the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. In fact, all the states are bigger than all the airports. That's how states and airports work. The states are bigger. But I went with it. I was like, wow, man, that's crazy. I wanted to be like, that's literally crazy. You seem like an unstable human being for thinking that that could possibly be true. I even looked around. I was like, oh, yeah, it's bigger than Maine over there. That was embarrassing. That's not the most embarrassing thing. I don't even like to admit this, but I got out of the cab and I Googled it. I was like, let me just do a double check real quick. You ever do that when you're talking to someone? You're like, this guy's a fucking idiot. And then you're like, I'm pretty stupid also, though, so let me just make sure. So I Googled it. And I was correct. Maine is bigger than the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. And I'll tell you what, guys, it is bigger by quite a bit, actually. I'll give you the numbers real quick, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm just picking on this guy. Here are the stats. Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, huge airport, 27 square miles. Very big. That's very big for an airport. State of Maine, 14,583 square miles. This guy wasn't even close. He was off by the entire state of Maine, basically. He missed it by Maine. I knew he was wrong, because you can't have an airport the size of Maine. That would be too big for an airport. You get dropped off at your terminal, you're like, shoot, I got dropped at the wrong terminal. How do I get to Terminal B? Oh, it's a 9-hour shuttle. You're gonna have to take a bus. 9 hours. You might miss your flight. Fortunately, we do have a flight that goes from Terminal A to Terminal B. That's a 30-minute flight, if you want to grab that. You have time. It's delayed. It ran out of fuel because it was taxiing on the runway, and the runway is 475 miles long here. If you're unhappy about it, you can write to one of the 2 senators of the airport. We have 2 senators and 1 governor here at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. You guys are fantastic. Thank you guys so much. I gotta go. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Mommy was so young, and so he just had a heart attack. I can't believe it. Okay. Okay, I'll try to leave first thing in the morning and see what I can do. But you're okay, right? I know. I just can't believe when my brother died.
And the rocket's red glare, the dick's coming in butts, gave goo to the titties. Anyone come over yet?
My brother's dead.
Oh, come on. Seriously?
He died. He had a heart attack.
Ah. Is he, like, okay, or?
No, he's dead. I
Right.
just finished talking to him yesterday.
Right. Shit. Oh.
Hey, brother, happy Super Bowl. I brought some brews.
Hell yeah. Great to see you, buddy.
Yeah, brother. How's it hanging, Suze?
My brother's dead.
Susan's brother died a couple minutes ago.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
I just finished talking to him last night.
Well, should we just reschedule?
The Super Bowl? Or?
Yeah, the game's on, so shit, that's probably Gus.
Hey, football! Let's do it. I'm pumped.
Hey.
I didn't bring anything.
That's all right. Hey, Susan's brother just died.
What? No way. Like, totally dead forever?
Yeah.
Oh my God. How is she?
I'm fine.
Oh.
She's right there.
Hey, Sue. Hi. How come your brother died?
What?
Why is your face painted?
Those aren't even the colors of either of the teams.
I don't know.
What don't you know?
It was a Braveheart costume. Leave me alone.
So, when you gonna head home, Susan?
Tonight sometime?
First thing in the morning. I just gotta find a plane ticket.
We cannot do this at my place. I have a very small couch and 2 roommates.
Well, why don't you guys grab a seat?
Really?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, bud.
Do we miss any good commercials?
I'm starving.
Hey, guys, just a heads up. Thanks for coming, but Susan's brother died like a couple minutes ago, so we're just kind of trying to figure out what to do.
Oh, that sucks. What do you mean, what to do? Hey, Gus. That looks like shit. Is that a goalpost or a backwards 4?
It's a 4.
Oh.
Are you okay?
No. I can just go into the bedroom and just try to collect myself. I'm so sorry, everybody.
Yeah, that would be great.
Were you and your brother close?
Yeah. We used to build forts in the backyard. And we would be out there all day long, just like telling each other secrets.
Oh!
What happened?
Well, eventually we just kind of grew out of it, and then we went to college.
Fumble.
Jeez. Hey, come on in.
It's just a heads up, guys. My cat died a few days ago, and I'm just having a really hard time with it. So I just.
Oh, God.
No one cares!
Stupid.
I'm allergic to cats.
You cunt. You ruined Super Bowl. We were having a really nice time.
Thanks for doing it. If you know anyone that's around tomorrow night, tell them about the Late Show. I have 11 tickets sold for tomorrow's Late Show, but we're packed out tonight. That's fun. That's where I'm at in my career. Like, the first show sold out. I'm like, yeah! And then after the first show, all the waitresses were like, it was nice to meet you. We're heading home. I'm like, all right, take care. But maybe, there's a baseball game at 4. Nobody wants to go to a show at 10:30. There's plenty of time to get back, is that joke I was going for there. Anyways, good to be here. Thanks for coming, everybody. And yeah, Philly. Love Philly. Great city. I do the same 3 things every time I come here. I go to the Rocky Steps, which, did you know that's an art museum?
I just found that out. I always feel bad for them because everyone's running out. You run up and you're like, fucking yeah. And they're like, you're coming in, we have art. And you're like, no, I don't want to. Just came to do the thing real quick. You're like, oh, all right. I don't think anyone's entered that building in 30 years. It's just every day they're like, here they come. There's drones of them. 50-year-old men love art. Oh, they're turning around. Never mind. Okay. Shit. One time, I was just telling this story. I don't know if it's funny or not, but I was telling my friends, and they were laughing. About 18 years ago, I was here with Nick DiPaolo. You guys know Nick DiPaolo, comedian? If you don't like him, I hate him too. I can't stand him. Or if you love him, he's my favorite person. Whatever. Whatever you guys think. Just trying to feel everybody out. No, he's my friend. I love him. And we were here. I was opening for him at the club. And then he was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know. King Tut is here. I saw a thing. It was like a poster for King Tut. We go see that? He was like, King Tut. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. Seems like something. And he was like, all right, we'll go over there. See fucking stupid King Tut. And then we walked over, there was like 2,000 people outside. And we walked up to a window, we're like, yeah, we want to see King Tut. And the guy was like, you have tickets? And we were like, no, we're going to buy them here. And he's like, this sold out 3 years ago. It's King Tut. It's like the King Tut. They flew him from wherever he's from. Tutsville or whatever. Africa? I don't even know. I have no idea what King Tut is. But like him, he was there. They like dug him up and flew him to Philly. And just two fucking assholes were like, yeah, we'll take a look at Tut, I guess. I don't know. So like, you needed reservations 14 years ago. This is like a big event. We're like, really? All right, well, we don't give a shit about this idiot. And you guys remember? Did anybody see King Tut? Oh, you saw it. Was he good? Did he sing or dance or anything? It's just a fucking Tut. Jabba the Tut. I don't know what he is. What is King Tut? I know Steve Martin. Yes. He did that thing. Where's King Tut from? You know? Egypt. Yeah, Africa. That's what I said. Egypt is in Africa, right? That was a weird reaction. I'm not confident enough. You guys were like, is that wrong? Egypt is a country in Africa, the northeast tip. Fuck you, I'm smarter than you think. I know things. Now it's like Fredo. I'm smart, not like everybody says. I'm smart and I want respect. Thank you. One man has seen Godfather Part 2. It's a great film. Way better than King Tut. Let me say this could be really hot. I like to drink tea, and if it's too hot, it's really... Just kidding, acting. I'm in the Screen Actors Guild. Watch this. This is a man drinking coffee that's too hot. Oh! Right? You hear that guy? He was scared. You hear that guy? He went, oh! That was pretty good. You saw my movie? Oh, thanks. Thank you. Oh, nice. Didn't feel... He's like, yeah, we liked it. It was good. I was great. Thank you. You really backed it. Just stop saying things. It's getting worse. He's like, we saw the movie. It was good. You were good. It was... I'm like, just... It's called Born the 4th of July. I played Tom Cruise. That was supposed to be a joke. The movie's called 4th of July. Born the 4th of July was a Oliver Stone film. Let's get back to the show, shall we? Folks, having a nice time. You guys high-fived on that one, which was fun. Did you guys have a C-section? Nice, the best too. Nice. It's the easiest. Yeah, see, he gets it. At least I'm a comedian on stage. This guy's like, it's easy. Like, I'm trying to entertain. This guy, he's just throwing it out there. It's easy. Oh, God. Okay, just did it. Oh! All right, let's keep it together, folks. He was hot. Yours is hot also? Yeah, hot guy. He was what now? McSteamy? What the fuck's Dr. McSteamy? Oh, excuse me, I don't know Grey's Anatomy. What am I, a fucking queef? I don't know Grey's Anatomy. I'm an artist, okay? It's a great show, Grey's Anatomy. Is that his real name? That's stuff they wrote? That's a nickname, right? His name's not Dr. McSteamy. You're telling me there's a hit TV show and the main guy's name's Dr. McSteamy? No. I took a Dr. McSteamy in the bathroom right before the show. Hot clip. This is the show that puts me over the top, folks. I mean, I'm doing the Wells Fargo Arena next show. Is that still the arena? Yeah. Right?
For the next year.
All right, we'll do it. Wouldn't it be funny if I rented it out and we just did this size? Like it's just like an 18,000 seater. It's just you guys. I'm in all leather. I'm like, Dr. McSteamy has got to go. And you guys probably cooled down. Oh! Thank you very much. Very proud of myself. I've been taking lessons. I'm a piece of shit. Do you guys want me to kill myself? Vote on it. I'll kill myself if you guys vote yes. No, this is part of the joke, you weirdos. What the hell? I'm doing a bit. I'm not actually asking if you want me to kill myself. That's the most Philadelphia moment I've ever had. I'm like, if this happened, I'd yell this. You're like, yes, please kill yourself. I'm like, sir, that is really, if I kill myself tonight, you could be liable, sir. This is a good chance. I got my family with me. I'm like really sad. Just kidding again. I'll let you know where the jokes were. That way you guys know. Sir, that was very hurtful. But anyways, I didn't kill myself. And I won't. I got 3-4 more years.
4. You're time.
Let's get to some dick jokes. I feel like I'm losing you guys. It's getting late. We better. I'm like, set the show if you guys are interested. I'll be out there. I'm selling shirts. Yes, they're yellow. Doesn't say anything on them. Just blank yellow shirts. They're $175. Just pick one out. Jesus fuck. Is that a puke or a sneeze? That was wild. You're covered. I don't care. I'm not a germ guy. This guy's soaked. It doesn't matter. That was hardcore. It sounded like you like. It's like I'm gonna puke. I'll sneeze. Fuck it. I'll just do it quick.
I respect it.
Good for you. I feel bad. You went to art school. You're in the front row, and I'm just doing dick jokes. Sorry. What did you like the Renaissance period? That's good stuff. Renaissance, you know. I've been to I saw Van Gogh, I saw the ear bullshit, and the Scream. I've seen that. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
I saw it live. Did you see it live? Like in person. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Mona Lisa. You been to the Louvre? You really think you're better than me, don't you? Whatever. I can paint. I paint this town red, folks. Yeah, the Phillies, right? That's exciting. Yeah. Oh boy, I hope they win it all. Oh yeah, the Flyers hockey season started. Well, it started today or yesterday. That's exciting. Eric Lindros. Bobby Clark. I'm just pandering now. I'm just naming. Ron Hextall. Wayne Simmons.
That was what yeah.
All right, why don't we wrap it up? They're flashing the light. We have to do. I got to do a joke. We can't just name Flyers players. Yeah, no, I have. Pete Rose. All right, Pete. I interviewed Pete Rose. By the way, did you watch the Pete Rose documentary? One of the fucking. It's great. It's great doc. It is so funny at one point. Pete Rose, because he got accused of sexual assault in the 70s, and he literally goes, in the documentary, he goes, who cares about something that happened 50 years ago? He's literally celebrating the 1980 Phillies World Series. Like they're all in uniform for a reunion. He's like, nobody gives a shit about some bullshit from 50 years ago. I'm like, you're currently celebrating a World Series. Do you see the irony? One guy, see how funny it is. And then, there's another funny part. He called a woman, I forget what he called. He called the woman bitch or chick or, what did he call her? Broad. He called her broad. And then they want him to apologize to her, and she comes over to get her apology. He goes, you're too young to offend me. And they had to be like, no, Pete, you offended her. Anyways, he's aces. I got to talk to him once. It was very exciting. Why don't we finish the show? There's a show happening right now. I gotta go. You guys are awesome. Good luck in the playoffs. Good night, everybody. I'll see you out there. Take care. What's going on? We all right? What happened? Do I have jizz on my shirt? The guy was really nice. What happened? I got a hair out of place?
Oh, fix his hair.
Yeah, fix my hair. Oh, thank you. That'll do it. Now, you know what that is? That's a reel right there. Bang! That's more important than the special. Let's get a nice reel. Comedian, hair gets done. 300,000 views.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe List.
Thanks. Well, thanks. All right. Well, thank you. That's very nice. All right. Thank you. I feel like I got here too quick. I should have let you guys. I should have really let it like, ah. It's just stupid when I'm standing here and you're doing it. I'm like, I should have that should have been going on. I'm like weaving through. And like, ah. It's weird doing a special at a comedy club because I'm getting ready to come up and I'm just like right there. You guys can just see me. I mean, there's like, oh, there he is. Like when you go see Springsteen, you're not like, this is gonna rule. There he is. He's at the end of the row. He's in our row right now. He's just like, hey. Oh, here it's my time. Here we go. You know. Next year we're gonna build a thing. I'm gonna pop up like Apollo Creed, you know, and then die. No, this lady's going like this. Don't die. I'll try not to. I would be more upset than you would if I died, you know? All right, well, nice to see everybody. I feel like I recognize a lot of people. Thanks for coming. I know you, right? Yeah, we met. This is where I'm at in my career right now. After shows, like really like hot women will come up to me after the show and they're like, hey, excuse me, hi. And I'm like, oh, hey. And then she's like, my autistic boyfriend loves you. I didn't get it. I thought it was a little dirty and weird, but he loved it. And can he say hi? And he's just like, and I'm like, oh, hey, thanks. You know? You guys are getting beautiful women somehow. I don't know how you're doing it, but nice. Anyways, thanks for coming. You guys ever have this? Is this relatable? You ever think you're like a pretty good-looking person, and then you see a photo of yourself, and you think, I should kill myself for the good of society? You guys... Like you're at home looking in the mirror, and you're like, hey, not bad. And then someone tags a photo of you on Instagram, you're like, maybe I'll go to the center of town and shoot myself in the face tomorrow, just to... You know, just to let everyone know that I know this is unacceptable. You guys... There's too many photos. That's the problem. I wish I grew up in like the 30s where there's one photo of you your whole life. If it sucks, you just burn it, you know? Every day there's like 5 new photos of me online. They're all, I just want to die. Your friends try to make you feel better. They're always sweet. They're like, it's just a bad photo. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, but it's a bad photo because I'm in it though, right? Like, it's not a blurry photo. It's a 4K HD color photograph of exactly what my face looks like. You're saying it's bad because it's a perfect replica of what I currently look like. It's just me. You're telling me my face is bad. That's what's going on right now. I don't know. I got a friend. He's ugly. We were talking the other day, and I feel bad saying that, but he's not here, so... We were hanging out, and I have a hot friend, too. I have a hot friend and an ugly friend. I have many friends, but 2 friends in this joke, and one's hot, and the other one's ugly, and my ugly friend was talking about how he can't get laid, and then we had to pretend it's not because he's ugly. Do you guys ever do that for your friend? He's like, oh, no one's having sex with me. We're like, what? These bitches, man. What the hell? Then he goes to the bathroom and we're like, why does he think someone would have sex with him? That's hilarious. What? It's because he's hideous. Then he comes back. My hot friend starts giving him advice. Nobody wants advice from a hot person. No offense if you're hot. I'm looking around. There's a couple of you here, but not many. And he says this. He goes, you need more confidence. And I'm like, no, he needs your face. That's why you're confident because you have a good face. He has a bad one. And he says, this is hot people advice. He goes, this is what I do. I just walk up to women in the park, start talking to them. Then my ugly friend gets hope. He's like, I can do that? And then I had to be the one that was like, don't do that. You're gonna get maced if you walk up to women in the park. Are you kidding? He can do that because he has a strong jawline and he's tan and his tongue is not visible when he's talking to other people the way yours is. I'm like, you can get laid. I don't know how you're gonna get laid. You can do it. Everyone gets laid at some point, I think. I have sex all the time. I'm not a hot guy. You're probably like, well, how do you do? I got married. That's how I did it. That's my advice. People say when you get married, you stop having sex, but I think that's only true if you're like a hot dude that like, you know, smashes puss or whatever. If you're like a hot guy that gets laid all the time, don't get married. You'll have sex less. But if you never get laid, get married. You'll have sex more. Like, what's the hardest part of getting laid? You got to convince somebody to come back to your house. You got to be like, come on, my house is fun and safe, you know? That's hard. Women are like, I don't know. You're like, I swear, promise, you know? That's like tricky. I don't have to do that. My wife lives in my house. I don't have to do anything. I can just turn and be like, you want to have sex? And that works. Not every time. I don't want you to think, you know. It works like 3 out of 10 times. That's not bad. I'm a baseball guy. That's all-star team, you know? You do that for 10, 15 years, you're in the Hall of Fame, so. That's pretty good. It's hard to get laid. I feel bad. I was like, when I was single, I didn't get laid much. And I feel bad for women that have sex with men. We're not great. I'm sorry. I would talk to my buddies. I'm like, I gotta get laid. How are you guys doing it? And then my friend would be like, you're too nice. That's your problem. That's the best advice I got, was be less nice. That's like the best idea men have come up with to get laid. Like, be shittier. Which is more hot people advice, by the way. I'm like, I don't think I have the look for that advice. If I'm mean to a woman, she's gonna be like, this ugly guy sucks. What's up with him? Why is he being mean? Like, I'm like, which one of you bitches wants to blow me? Huh? Like, they're like, oh, But he was right. I was probably too nice. You can be too nice. I would always be like, you're so beautiful. I'll give you money if you have sex with me. And that's like, that's too nice, you know? That's borderline offensive. And I got a buddy. He's like one of these guys who gets laid all the time. He's like a good-looking guy or whatever. And I was talking to him the other day about sex, and he goes, if I have sex with a woman, she's got to have perky breasts. That feels unfair, doesn't it? I mean, like, having a breast preference is fine, but perky, that's not even a physical adjective. Perky's like a mood. Perky's like, hi, you know? A breast can't be perky. That's like a woman be like, I'll have sex with a guy, but he's gonna have a chipper dick. I want blissful balls on our man, or else I like a patriotic asshole on my man. You're like, let's... But I have a wife, and we have sex. I think she's attracted to me, you know? I'm attracted to her. I think she's hot. I took a photo of her the other day. She looked great. She was all made up, and like the sun was hitting her. She looked beautiful. And then I posted on Instagram, and then every comment was like, wow, she's hot. She's out of your league, bro. She's beautiful. How'd you pull that off? And I'm like, you know, you could just say you think she's attractive. You don't have to add that you think I'm unattractive. That's not making me feel great. Also, that's the best photo I have of her. I could post a shittier photo, you know? I got plenty of overhead lighting photos I could have thrown up there, you know? Those comments would start swinging back in my direction. They're like, you guys are pretty evenly matched. I'm like, you're goddamn right we are. Thank you. People love to say that, though. I don't know why. It's like, they think it's like charming to be like, you married up, out of your league. You're like, oh, thanks. First of all, it's inaccurate. We're in the same league. We're married. That's the same league. We're on the same team. No one ever laughs at that, but I think it's a good point. Like, once you're married, you're on the same team. And also, you can be on a team with different value. Like Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs' backup punter, they're in the same league. They don't have the same value. Again, you're not the first crowd to not laugh at this, but it's a good point. And here's a better point. Like, my wife is better looking than me, but I'm like, there's more to a league than looks. Like, she's better looking. I'm way more fun. You should hang out with us. I'm like zinging and zanging and shit. I'm like dancing and doing karaoke. She's depressed. She sucks. I'm bringing the heat. I bring it in the hang. I got like secret handshakes and nicknames. I'm like, hey, wacky tits, what's up? Wow. I'm always ordering pizza. I'm like, who wants pizza? I'm getting pizza on me. She's like, get one with veggies. I'm like, oh, fine. That's not fun. I'm not saying she's not fun. I'm saying I'm more fun. Like here's what I go to Starbucks every day and I use the app, and then when you scan the app, it goes boop. I go like this. I go, ah, ooh. That's gold. You guys are laughing a little. They shit their pants at Starbucks. They're like, what? And I'm like, ah. That's the kind of fun I'm bringing to the hang, you know? I did it the other day, though, and this sounds made up, but this really happened. I went, boop, I went, ah, and then the lady went, that happened to somebody earlier. And I was like, who's this asshole doing my bed? That's mine. Are you serious? I'm a fun guy, I swear to God. I used to be more fun. I used to drink. That's when I was like really fun, you know. So, drinking's like synonymous with fun. Like I was like wild and get after, but I was like a risky fun, you know what I mean? Like I'd do karaoke, I'd take my shirt off and like throw it in the crowd. But then I'd go to your house and shit on the floor. It was kind of like ups and downs, you know, strikes and gutters. You ever get this drunk? You ever get like drunk where you're holding a drink or a cocktail and then you drop it, but nobody like bumped into you or anything like that? You're just kind of like, and you're like, hey, I'm not holding that anymore. You gotta go back to the bar and be like, I got another drink. Mine just committed suicide a couple seconds ago. And It's almost like your hands gave you an intervention. Like your fingers are like, let's put this down. I don't think he needs this anymore. I've been sober a long time. Every once in a while, I'll get like a message. Someone will reach out to me on Instagram. They're like, how did you know you were an alcoholic? And then I have to write back, let me help you out. You're an alcoholic. I feel like... I think if you're reaching out to strangers on Instagram to find out about alcoholism, it's probably time to wrap it up, you know? I don't want to be judgmental, but... I don't drink anymore. I don't do drugs anymore. I was never a big drug guy. I would like smoke weed, but I never liked weed. Are you guys weed people? Some? Oh, nice. Yeah, that's great. A few of you. I never liked it. I would always like freak out. Also, this is my issue with weed. I know you always like smoke in like a circle of like friends or strangers, and then you pass around like a joint or a piece or a pipe or a bong or an apple, whatever, and then it would come to you and you'd be like, all right, the weed. Yeah. And then you pass it, you're like, all right, there goes the weed. Fun. But then it comes back like 30 seconds later, you're like, oh, more weed, all right. And then you're like, I'm buzzed. And then it would come back like 3, 4, 5 times. By the end, I'm like, I'm just completely out of my mind. I don't know if you guys, I don't know why we're still doing this. And eventually the guy on the other side of the circle would be like, no, I'm good. And I'm like, I didn't know we could do that. I have nobody told me that was part of this. You're like Rosa Parks or some shit. You just like opened up a world of possibility. I'm gonna be sleeping under my bed for the next 3 days because I had no idea that I could be like, oh. I'm still fun though. I'll eat ice cream any time of day. You know what I mean? Like I don't do drugs or drink, but I'll eat ice cream in the daytime. That's fun. I guess not. I was eating ice cream. I met up with my buddy. I was eating ice cream, and then he was like, "Why are you eating ice cream?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's fun." And then he was like, "I thought we were going to lunch." And I was like, "We are." And he's like, "Why are you eating ice cream then? What are you, a child?" And I was annoyed. I was like, "No, I'm an adult. I eat ice cream whenever I want to eat ice cream. A child is not allowed to eat ice cream during the day." Sounds like you're a child, you little bitch. You're living by your mother's rules from when you were 7. What, are you gonna have a couple of vegetables before you can have a scoop, you big pussy? I'm fun to watch movies with. You guys should watch a movie with me. I'm fun. You probably won't get a chance to, but I'm like... I always have great lines during the movie. I don't step on the dialogue either. I'm like, in between dialogue, I'll be like... And the person next to me is like... You know? That's fun. Here's one of my best. I'll give you one of my best, like all-timers. First time I saw The Shining. You guys saw The Shining, right? Classic? Yeah. First time I saw it, I was in like 7th grade. I watched it with like a group of friends. At the very beginning of the movie, they're like driving up into the mountains. Shelley Duvall, she says to Jack Nicholson, "The air's different up here." And then I went, "I farted." Killed! Everybody was like, "Oh, classic list." And I was like, To this day, anytime I'm with a group of people, I'm like, "You guys want to throw on The Shining? Anybody want to watch The Shining real quick?" Like, this is my son's birthday. He's 6 years old. I'm like, put it on for 5 minutes. He'll laugh. We'll turn it off before the naked dead lady comes out, all right? It's gonna be big. Fine. You're making me nervous. I saw you elbow each other. What's going on? Is my dick out? Oh, it's hot.
We came out here.
Oh, it's hot. Oh, I got you. Sorry. It's probably me. It's always awkward. There's like 2 hot women in the front, like, and I'm like, what? Do they see my boner? Anyways, my wife's, I'm attracted to her. I think she's attracted to me, and my wife's 4 years older than me. That's hot, don't you think? That's kind of, yeah, that's, oh my God, your wish is my command. The air just came on. That was like, who else needs something? Anybody? That was like magical. There's like 2 women like, I'm a little hot, and just AC, just bang. That's what it's like to be a fucking woman in this country, okay, buddy? You fucking say something to everybody. Ew. Whoa. What if I did the rest of the show like that? You fucking, hey, you fucking, pow. I'll smack you around a little bit. I wish I could go back to the beginning of my life and just go full Italian. Like, hey, the fuck, hey, what the, oh. Anyways, and cut. Guys, I'm not trying to get a special. I'm trying to get reels here. I gotta catch up to these reels, folks. My wife's 4 years older than me, which I think is like sexy. I think it's like, when I was in 8th grade, my wife was a senior in high school. That's pretty spicy, you know? We didn't know each other then. She's not a criminal or anything, but I wish I could go back to that time period. I'd love to like go back, like my wife's like senior year. I'm in 8th grade, you know? I'd love to walk up to her at her senior prom. I'm like covered in pimples and a Pearl Jam shirt. And I just walk up behind her and I'm like, someday I'm gonna see your butthole. And then I just run away. Wouldn't that be fun? She's like, what the hell? And then I would run back in and I'm like, you won't see my butthole, by the way. It's not a fair trade-off. I see hers. She never sees mine. Do you guys have that in your relationships? Yeah. Have you seen his butthole? Oh. She never sees mine. I see hers. And I feel like I should be clear. We have sex. And sometimes we have doggy-style sex. Sex in the style of dog. And when you have doggy-style sex, I don't know if you know this, but whoever's on the bottom, their butthole is sort of exposed. And I don't stare. I don't want you to. I'm not rude. I just kind of like, you know, just a quick 3 Mississippis at max. You know. I look at it the way you look at your hand in poker. I'm like. I'll check, you know? And it's nice. It's a beautiful hole, you know? But she's never seen mine. I feel bad. I might show her one day. Like maybe some year on her birthday, you know? I'll wake up early and be like, honey, check it out. Look at this. That's all I got you this year. I don't think she'd like it, though. I feel like... I've never looked at my butthole, but when I walk around, it doesn't feel like it looks good, you know? Like it feels dry and wet, you know? I lost a lot of you on that one, and that's fair. I'll move off the butthole stuff, but... Isn't it weird that A-hole and B-hole mean the same hole? Isn't that funny? 2 different letters, same hole. Mother Nature's a mad scientist, you know? Anyways, we have sex, and it's fun. We've been together a long time, though. You ever try to, like, I don't know how long my wife and I have been together for like 11 years. You ever try to, like, come up with ways to, like, spice things up a little bit, and then in the middle of that conversation, you realize maybe we're not sexually compatible? Have you guys ever had that? No? Well, that's the premise of the joke, so... I was like, let's mix it up. Let's get weird. I had, like, a piece of paper. Like, I wrote down a bunch of shit, like a bucket list of sex stuff. I'm like, let's get weird, you know? She had no piece of paper, so right away I was like, this isn't gonna be great. I can feel it. And I was like, I had my paper. I'm like, what do you got? And then she was like, what if we have sex quietly and pretend there's someone in the other room? And then I just started wrinkling up my piece of paper. I was like, you know what? I don't think we're ready for mine just yet. Quiet sex? That's what you came up with? I don't even think that's a porn category, is it? First of all, we live in New York City. There is someone in the other room. There's like 7 people, like 40 feet from us that can hear us. None of my fantasies are quiet. Mine are noisy, and there's a bunch of people involved. She's related to a handful of them. She's like, what's one of yours? I couldn't even do mine. I had to improvise. I was like, what about Missionary with jazz playing? She was like, ooh, I like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm sick. Then she found my paper. She's like, what's entire basketball team? I'm like, give me that fucking... That was some other shit I was thinking about. I don't know. We were hanging out talking the other day, me and some friends, adult friends, my wife and I and some friends, like adult conversation, talking sex. And then in the middle of the conversation, my wife was like, what's the average penis? Like 8 inches? I was like, I'm sorry, who are you fucking before me? What? 8 inches? And she was like, well, how big is your penis? I think she thought I had an 8 inch, like she's never measured something. I don't know, she thought I had an 8-inch penis. And then I had to tell her, I was like, I have half of an 8-inch penis. I would need a second dick to get to 8 inches. And that made me think, I'm like, do women not know the average penis size? Because if not, we should like crack into WebMD or something like that, you know? Like, put down 2.5 or whatever. That way, if they look it up, you can be like, it's pretty... I'm like, almost double that, so... I like dirty talk. Dirty talk's good in a relationship. That way, like, especially in a relationship, dirty talk is good because, like, you have a sense for the other person, you know? Like, you know what they might like to hear. It's hard when you're single, dirty talk. Because when you're single and you're dirty talk, that's just, like, guessing. You might offend. One time I had sex with a woman when I was single. This was her dirty talk. In the middle of it, she goes, if you don't come, I'm going to be pissed. That sounds hot, but she didn't know me, you know? Like... I think she thought I was gonna be like, well, get ready to be happy, or whatever. But I'm like, I can't work under these conditions. I'm a nervous Nelly. And at the time, I was on Paxil for anxiety and depression. That's like a major side effect. I'm like, I can't come at all. It takes me like a week to masturbate. You could shove a shoe in my butt. I'm not coming on this stuff. I want supportive dirty talk. I want, like, if you come, that's great. If not, no big deal. You're worthy of love just for being you, you know? Your dad loves you. He doesn't know how to show it. That would be nice. I'd be like, oh, my God, yes. I'm self-conscious about my look. I got called ugly in high school, by the way. That's like a lot of this, it comes from when I was in high school, I got called ugly, like publicly. And it really, you know, in high school, something happens that like lingers, you know? Yeah. It was at a girls' basketball game, and I know, we had a great girls' basketball team. This is the 90s, by the way. It was called girls' basketball in the 90s. Now it's called women's basketball. We've progressed. In the 80s, it was called cunts basketball. So... every decade we get better, you know? Eventually it'll just be basketball, but for now, progress is slow, but I would go to all the games. We had a great team. I'm like a school spirit guy. I'm a big sports guy, and I would go to all the games. I would like paint my face and shit. I was like I wasn't a cheerleader, but I would lead the cheer. I would get the chants going. I was like the Let's Go Panther. I was like that guy, you know? I feel like a lot of you would have hated me. I'm getting a vibe here, but... I had a great time. The team loved me. But at one game, I was getting the chants going, and then this girl from the other school, she started chanting, "You are ugly." Yes. Very hurtful. Thank you. This is 1998. You could totally do that. If you did that now, they'd arrest you or shoot you or whatever. But back then, they were like, nice. Got him. Yeah. But I tried to get a counter chant. I was like, screw this lady. I was like, come on, guys. No, he isn't. I tried to get a no, he isn't chant going. But my school went rogue. They didn't want to chant no, he isn't. They came up with their own chant. They went with, so are you. Which they nailed her. I don't know if you're following. Like, they nailed her, but they included me in the chant. Like, this woman called me ugly, and then everybody I'd ever met in my entire life, in unison, was like, totally, he is ugly, absolutely. But also, you are. And I had to join that chant. I was like, yeah, we're both ugly. It felt like Family Feud. I'm like, okay, good answer, yeah. That was the #1 answer. And then I was like, what about no, he isn't? It was like, damn. I was like, what? No? Nobody said that? I thought like 6 or 7 people would have said no here. They're like, no, nobody. Whatever. Then I saw the girl after the game, and I was like, hey, maybe we should hook up. You know what I mean? We both just found out we're ugly. Why don't we... Let's go fuck. You know, I thought that would be... She didn't go for it. Whatever. Is this distracting? Should I move this? I don't like it this close, because I want to grab it when it's here. Guys, you're gonna shit. Get ready for this one. This is my impression of a British race car driver. You ready? Because it's over here, you see? Clip it. That's gotta be huge. That's one of those jokes that's really stupid, but I'm like, maybe that should be in the special. It's kind of funny. I don't know. This is another one like that I think is hilarious. I was watching you guys saw the Batman movie. Doesn't matter. It's not great. But at one point, Batman gets a cell phone call, and he answers his phone, but I thought he should have been like this. Hello? Yeah, it's crazy. And his ears are up here. That's gold, guys. I don't know what to tell you, but... Anyways, my wife and I, we have sex, and it's pretty cool, is my point. Because I'm fun. Only a fun person comes up with that Batman gag. I think she likes me, you know? We were hanging out the other day. I don't know, I get nervous. I have like a lot of anxiety. I think it's a turn off. Did you guys... We're in Greenwich Village right now. Did you guys get accosted outside at all? There's some... You did? Oh, great, nice. That was so genuine. You're like, yeah, as a matter of fact, we did. It's crazy out there, right? I'm scared. I got like fears now. I've had a couple run-ins. Some of you guys know the stories. I've had a couple run-ins with very aggressive homeless people this year. One was in Austin. 2 guys came up to me. They got right in my face, and they were like screaming at me. And then there was like a 3rd guy on a bike. I just took off. I run. I'm a runner. I have no pride. People ask me for directions in the city. I take off running. I don't give a shit. Then I came back to New York right around the corner from here. I had a guy like do that shit. I was like, ah! I'm like, I don't know what it is. I was telling my buddy, and then he goes, well, what are you saying to these guys? I was like, I think what you're doing is called victim blaming, I believe. I just learned this term. I think I'm using it correctly. What am I saying? Do you think I'm talking shit to homeless people? Is that the vibe I'm putting out? I don't know, I said I got $50. Fight me for it, bitch. Should I not have done that? Was that a mistake? Because I wanted to help them out, but I don't want to give them a free ride. So I threatened to fist fight them for cash. I'm like, I didn't say anything. And then you feel like self-conscious, because I've run a few times this year, and I was talking to my buddy, and I was like, am I like I feel like a pussy. Am I a coward for running? And then my friend was like, no, you did the right thing. And I was like, thank you. And he goes, yeah, because if you hit one of those guys, they fall on the ground, crack their head open, you can go to jail. And I was like, yeah, that's why I ran. I would have killed those sons of bitches. You get me. These hands are goddamn weapons. As I was running with tears in my eyes, I was like, don't make me beat the shit out of you guys. Everybody's got an opinion. I was telling my other buddy about it. I got a couple incidences, you know? And he goes, this is why you need a gun. I've been telling you. You got to get a gun. And I'm not anti-gun. I'm whatever you guys are. I want you guys... I agree with everybody, but... I just feel like, I could be wrong, I don't think my life would be going better right now if I had shot and killed 3 homeless people this year. I don't know. There's no way to know which way your life would have gone. I just feel like... People are like, how you been? Pretty good, traveling, doing a lot of shows, visited my mother. Oh, I shot 3 guys in the face. They were addicted to drugs. Nobody was helping them. They got kind of close to me, so I blew their brains out. And... There's a lot of paperwork, but it was cool, you know? Felt good. I really am not. I'm not, whatever, gun, whatever. I'm just not... I don't think I have gun personality. That's the problem. I just don't picture myself being like, wow, woo! Do you still blow out your gun? I don't know if that happens anymore. When I was a kid, I think it'd be funny to shoot and then be like this instead. Again, not killer, but fun. That's a fun. Let me ask you this. I don't know, there's probably not a lot of gun owners. We're in Greenwich Village right now, but maybe some of you have guns. Does loading a gun feel anything like putting your AirPods back into the case? Because I feel like... I think I might be a gun guy. I never realized it. Like, the other day I was putting my AirPods, it kind of sucks them in. It's like, and then you snap it shut. I'm like, oh shit, my dick just moved. Maybe I need a gun, you know? AirPods are fun. They're versatile. The other day I came home and I had my AirPods in and my wife was like, how was your day? And I kind of was like that. I was like, pretty good. Cindy was being a bit, I like to pretend they're earrings. Just kind of like, just for a moment, you know? I like to. The other day I was here in New York and I had AirPods in, listening to some music, and I was crossing the street and then the lights started to change. So I kind of like jogged, and then I don't know the physics behind this, but one of my AirPods fell out of my ear and it bounced, and somehow it bounced like straight up, and then I just caught it like in stride. I was running and I was like, whoa, and I caught it. And then the guy in his car went. I was like, it's the best I've ever felt in my entire life. Like literally, I think I peaked. And I've lived a full life. I mean, I've been on The Tonight Show, and I've gone to South America, and I went down on a woman once. I mean, I've lived. But this just felt like, whoa. Then I went home and told my wife, I was like, my AirPod bounced, and I caught it. And she was like, wow. And I was like, you don't get me like he does. When will you see me? I didn't know AirPods bounce. Now I want to like learn how to do it, like be at a party and be like, what? Thank you. This guy tried to get an applause break on that joke, so I appreciate you. God bless you. Now it's, there you go. With my help. Oh, thanks. That was the least genuine applause of all time in the history of comedy. Just like. The AirPod thing? That was a very begrudging applause break. All right, I guess. How hard is it to catch an AirPod? Whatever. But I'm fun. I think I'm fun. I think I'm funny. I think all these jokes are great. Some of you are sitting them out, but whatever. I think I'm funny. Sometimes you try to be funny and then the people don't think it's funny. I was hanging out with my wife. One lady's dying back there, and can we get a mic on that lady, please? Zhuzh this up a little. I was hanging out with my wife and my mother-in-law the other day. The three of us were hanging out, you know, and then my wife we were just kind of talking. My wife went, sometimes when I run, I pee a little. And then her mother was like, I think that's normal as you get older. And then I leaned in and I was like, I think it's probably my fault. And I gave a wink. Which, yeah. I thought that was pretty good. A little, I'm destroying your daughter's pussy material. I thought that was damn funny right off the top of my head. She didn't love it. She was not into it, but... And then I was telling my buddy, and he goes, she probably didn't laugh because it's two different holes. And I was like, first of all, you just blew my mind. Second of all, I don't think that's why she didn't laugh. I don't think she was like, wait, what? And then I had this, I thought this was funny, and I was hanging out, I have a niece, and she's 10 years old, and then we were hanging out, and they have a family dog, and the dog's name is Penny, and she said, she went, come here, Penny, and then she turned to me and she said, I'm trying to teach the dog to come. Now, Yeah, you guys are laughing already. That's funny. I thought it was funny also. Because come. Which, by the way, she's a child. I want you to know, I wasn't like, ha ha, whoa, sicko, you know, I kept a straight face. But I wanted to be like, choke it a little and be patient, you know? I had that locked and loaded. Because I'm fun. But I didn't say it. I gotta wait like 10 years to be like, one time you said you wanted to teach the dog to come. Even then it won't be funny though, because she'll be like, you've been thinking about this for 10 years? You creep. I told her mother though, I thought this is where I went wrong. I told her mother, I was like, Brooke said she wanted to teach the dog to come. And then her mother was like, why are you saying that to me? What? And I was like, well, it's funny. Come. She was like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, well, the dog didn't come. I don't know why, like, can't you remove yourself from the situation and see that that's... Anyways, I'm not allowed to see my niece anymore, but we had a good run. We had a fun 10 years together. That's a good length of time for a relationship, I think. Whatever. I think I'm funny, and I think I'm a smart guy, too. I think I could be a pilot. You guys ever think that? You ever get on a... Are you a pilot? Oh, okay. Do you think you could be a pilot, too? I think I could do it. You ever get on a commercial plane? You're like, I could fly this goddamn plane. Me and you, buddy. You got pilot head. You look like a pilot. You're well coiffed, you know? I don't think it's that hard. Are there any pilots here? Yeah, fuck pilots. I think it's a bullshit job. I don't think we need all this reverence. What is it? You do this thing. You push this is like the takeoff. Here we go. There's like a couple clicks, couple switches up here. And if you get the wrong one, there's another guy. He's like, no, it's these two over here. You got a buddy up there. How easy is that? I don't get a buddy. It's just me up here. I've done a couple of jokes that didn't go great. I can't be like, Pete, what do you think? You got a friend helping out, and then you land. That's just, you pull it back, click those down, you scoop off the head shit. That's easy. I drive a car. That's way harder. That's feet and hands and texting. It's very difficult. That's a lot. Plus, there's autopilot, too. Which you guys, I always heard about that, like computers fly the plane, which I always thought was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then, like, I started getting upgraded. When you fly first class, you learn. Did you know this? The pilot leaves the cockpit. I had no idea. I thought the pilot, the whole flight was like... They're not. It's not even stressful. They're like walking around. They like grab chips and slap flight attendants on the ass and shit. They're like, ugh. They're not even in there. Like, nobody gives a shit about a bus driver. Like, if you tell people you're a bus driver, no one's like, what? Whoa. But a bus driver can't get up and walk around. Like, if you're on a Greyhound reading and the bus driver's like, what are you reading? What's going on, buddy? You're like, what the fuck? I don't really think it's that easy. I don't think I could be a pilot. But I do. What bothers me is they do like a meet and greet. That's what they feel very full of themselves. Like we land and the pilot's just at the front of the plane, like, ah, that was me. We're all gonna walk by one at a time, like, nice, dude. I always want to be like, fuck you. I could have done that. You suck. Nice tie, you dork. You know. Sometimes they'll make jokes. You ever have that? Have you ever had like a pilot like come on and like crack jokes? That's what really, as a comedian, that really offends me. Every once in a while you get on a plane, the pilot's like, we might have a few bumps just like when my wife drives. And the whole plane's like, oh, did you hear him? I'm like, yeah, I heard him, he sucks. It's not funny. I'm like, you're just laughing because he has your life in his hands. That's why you think it's funny. If I could just kill all of you guys at any moment, you guys would be losing your shit at every joke. I do one of these bits that bombs. I'm like, all right, here we go. You're like, no, it was funny. That was funny. I was on a flight the other day. The guy next to me got up and went and used the bathroom in the middle of the flight. And then he came back. And when he comes back, he sits down. He goes, they got a window in the bathroom on this plane. And I was like, nice. And he goes, you can't open it, though. I'm like, I feel like I just learned two things about this fella. He's a fucking idiot and he just took a huge shit. Those are my hypotheses. Pretty sure that guy shit on the plane. Then he was like, oh, they got a window. Oh, no, you can't open. I gotta let my buddy know. So thanks for the heads up. I was gonna try to kick the windows out at 35,000 feet, but now that I know. I'm always traveling, and every weekend I'm like traveling. Check into a hotel. I'm always ordering pizza. Every time I get to a hotel, I order pizza. You guys know me. I like to order a pizza, you know? But some hotels, it's very frustrating. Like, I don't know how often you guys order pizza in hotels, but I do it like every week. At some hotels, if it's like a shitty hotel, they just let the delivery guy, he'll like get in the elevator, he comes right up to your floor. He'll just like knock right on your door. Yeah, it's very nice. You don't have to put pants on. You can just be like, oh, thanks, dude. All right. But it's like nicer hotels, they don't want the delivery guy in the elevator, so you gotta come down to the lobby to meet them, which is very annoying. You're shaking your head. It's very annoying, right? Here's the most annoying part. Not that you have to leave your room. It's that, I don't know if you've ever gotten on a hotel elevator with a fresh pizza, but what happens is somebody else gets on the elevator with you, and then they say, hey, I hope you brought enough for everybody. Are we teaching that in community college? I don't understand. Literally everybody said, hey, I got enough for everybody. And I never understand am I supposed to be like, what? Woo! Like, is it supposed to be hilarious? Or am I supposed to be like, I didn't bring enough for everybody. I go with this. This is what I do. I go, That's what I came up with. You know, like, when somebody's so dumb that you get dumber, you're like, whoa. I want to be like, I brought some for you. Yours is right here, you fucking piece of shit. You know, but that might just be my own. I guess there's just a lot of dumb folk. I'm not smart. I got glasses. I look smart, but I'm dumb. My friends are dumb. You ever do inventory of your friends and you're like, these are the dumbest people I've ever met in my whole life. I don't know how this worked out this way. Some of you are with them, so it's weird, but... I do, I look smart, but I'm dumb also. But my friends, do I ever like hang out? You know, like you're dumb and then your friends are dumb, so you're all dumb together. But then occasionally your friend will do something that takes it to another level where you're like, am I doing community service by hanging out with this person right now? I got a friend, we went to an art museum together. We're not really art guys, but I was like, whatever, we'll check out some art. How hard can that be, you know? We go to the museum with like 3 paintings in. Pretend this is a painting, right? We walk up to it. He's like this, wow, that is beautiful. Feel that. I swear to God, this is like an adult male American man, just like, oh, wow. And he's making this face, like, Like he's an intellectual, like taking it in. Wow, that is... And I was like, are you joking? Because if you're kidding, that's hilarious. I don't want to mess up a joke. If you're doing a bit, that's very good. But... And he was like, what? And then I had to tell him, like, earnestly, I was like, you don't touch paintings. And then he goes, why? And that's when I realized I'm only a little bit smarter than him. Because I was like, I actually don't know why. It is dry. The guy that painted it's dead. And I was like, you know what? Fuck, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can touch paintings. I'm an idiot. And I just started touching it. Touches paintings, by the way. That's a fun term for your friend who's kind of a dum-dum, you know? Like, I grew up in the 90s, and we used the word retarded a lot. That was a big word. Yeah, that's no good now. I mean, that's a swear. I don't know if they emailed you guys or whatever, but that's out. You'll get fired for that shit. But touch his paintings. That's kind of a nice replacement, you know? I'm talking like... I'm talking for your like friends, you know what I mean? Like your buddy who's like kind of a dum-dum. You're like, hey, this is Pete. He touches paintings. He's a fun guy. You're gonna like him. He goes to the museum. He touches the paintings. You're gonna like him. He's a fun son of an onion. This guy. Get him some paintings to touch. I'm just trying to be more progressive, you know. I got this friend. You ever have a friend like this? I was talking to my buddy the other day. I couldn't sleep. Sometimes you have trouble sleeping, you know? You get anxiety. I told my buddy, I was like, man, I couldn't sleep last night. And he goes, oh, you gotta sleep. I'm like, no, I know. I wanted to sleep. You're misunderstanding. I'm not quitting sleeping. I'd like to sleep again. I enjoy it. Then he tags it. He goes, lack of sleep can lead to dementia. Nice. Glad I brought this up with you and not somebody else. That's going to help me tonight. Because last night, like an idiot, I was tossing and turning, not thinking about dementia. But tonight, I'll contemplate dementia. That'll help me. I don't think that's accurate, by the way. I don't think... Dementia's it's more than that. It's like genetics and shit. You don't just like have a night of not sleeping in your 40s and wake up like a shit in your pants. Like, who the hell are you? I couldn't sleep last night. What is this? Is that too dark? All right, well. Here's some good sleep advice, by the way. I don't know if you ever heard this. Count backwards from 500 to fall asleep. Have you ever heard that? That's like to fall asleep because it focuses you on something so your brain's not going haywire, but then it's like boring enough that you'll fall asleep. That's good advice. It works. It works if it works. If it doesn't work, it's like a countdown to homicidal breakdown. You start counting, you get in the 20s, you're like, I don't think this is working out for me, you know? There's no way you're gonna be like, 3, 2, oh my God, I'm out. How did they time that so good? Fantastic. I was talking about how I could be a pilot. I don't think I could be a pilot. I was just kidding. But I do think, here's a job I think I could do. I think I could be a 911 operator. Do you guys ever... I know that's like whatever, but I watch a lot of murder docs and trials and shit. Are these like the meanest people we have in our society? Every 911 call is like, 911 emergency, what's your emergency? It's always like a woman who's like, my house is on fire. And then the first thing they're always like, ma'am, calm down. Like, right? That's the go-to opener, calm down. She's like, I'm sorry, it's just I have pets and they're on fire. Bitch, shut the fuck up. I'm like, how long are these shifts? Why are they so curt? I think I'd be good. I'm like a very empathetic person. I'd be like, 911, and then they're like, my husband's been shot. And I would be like, oh my God. Are you serious? Gee whiz. Wow. She's like, what do I do? And I'm like, therapy? I don't know. That's gonna... Yikes. I almost called 911 recently. I was walking. I was here in the village, right on this street, and I was walking up the street, and then there was an old lady walking, like a little way, like old, like pterodactyl old, you know. And she was like, ah! And then she tripped. This happened right over here. She tripped and fell like pretty hard. She didn't hit her face or anything, but she landed like pretty hard on her hands and knees. And I'm a hero. That's what this story's about. And I kind of like jogged over and I was like, ma'am, are you okay? I saw the whole I could call 911 or a family member. And she was like, I think I'm okay. And I was like, okay. And then while I was doing it, this other guy came over and just like stepped in between it. He was like, ho, little lady, you all right there? And I was like, what the fuck is this? What, are you crazy? I was like, that's my old lady. I got her. I'm on it. I got cocked by some guy in the street. And he was like big too. Like he like helped her up with one arm and she like put her hand on his chest and she was like, oh dear. And she was like, I'm so glad you came by. And I was like, I came by. Are you kidding? And he walked her away like a dick. Like he was getting like married. Like, oh. And then he actually had like the gall to walk back over to me. He was like, that was crazy, huh? And I was like, what you did was crazy, you piece of shit. Him I would have shot. That's somebody I would have happily been like, anyways. Sorry. I have a reflex problem, and I've been blowing the homeless guy so they won't beat me up. And go ahead and cut that also. I don't know why I thought I would say that. We should start over, because you guys really loosened up around the 40-minute mark, I noticed, which is not ideal for a special. I'll be like one of those TV shows. You're like, you got to give it time, but it picks up around the 50th minute. People really start enjoying it. I'll tell you this story, and then I got to go. Like I said, I travel a lot. This happened to me recently. I had some gig. I forget where it was. It was like a long travel day. You know when you have like a long travel day, you can't eat a full meal, so you're like starving, right? I was like so hungry, and then I landed, and I was very hungry. But I also had to, I don't want to get too weird, like gross, whatever, but someday I'm going to do a clean special. It'll be great. But I had to shit also, which is kind of rare that you're hungry and you have to shit. Those are usually separate, right? It's weird when you're like, I need food in both directions right now. Anyways, I landed and I was like, I'll order a pizza. You guys know me. I like to order a pizza. So I checked into the hotel, ordered a pizza. Then I checked into the hotel. Then I went up, I used the bathroom, and I don't want to get into the gory details, but the toilet got clogged. No fault of my own. It was an old hotel. I like to wipe a lot. The toilet got clogged, which is embarrassing, because now I have to call the front desk, which is weird, because I just met this woman like 3 minutes earlier. I gotta be like, hey, it's me again. Sorry I was rushing you earlier. I was keeping a secret the whole time we were talking, and now you know. But she was very sweet. She was very discreet. She's like, I'll send maintenance. And I was like, great, thank you. Then about 25 minutes passed. I swear to God, this is a true story. About 20 minutes passed. I got a knock on the door. I opened the door, and I swear to God, there's a pizza delivery guy and a plumber just standing, just looking at each other like, are you? And I'm like, you're both in the right place, boys. Come on in. I had to be like, you're in there. You're over here with me. And I think legally we all have to fuck right now, because this is the most perfect porn plot. This might already exist. Pizza delivery, plumber, nerd, or whatever. The pizza guy's like, I'm here to stuff you up. And the plumber's like, I'm gonna unclog your pipes. And I'm on the bed, and I'm like, I hope you brought enough for everybody. All right, you guys are amazing. Thank you guys very much. Thanks for coming. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, that's nice. Thanks.